The following is a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic sports on Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School gym as we get set for our season debut of Dowling Catholic High School girls and boys basketball. Mark Amadeo joined tonight by Jimmy Cataldo. It's game one, but for Dowling girls, it's game 5. For the Roosevelt gals, it's game 3. And Jimmy, thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate you sitting in as much as you can. I knew I'd reach out to you because your son, Dante, played the sophomore game, so I know you're going to be here.
Yeah, I know I was going to be here. It is great to be here, so early in the season. Each team's trying to figure out, their identity a little bit and getting to watch the Dowling girls at least once this year. Certainly a good team, a lot of new faces contributing with some veteran leadership. But, this time of year, you're trying to just find out an identity. And we're going to certainly find out a little bit more about the Dowling girls tonight.
Well, you talk about graduation. All the kids that graduate, some of them are starters, some of the seniors are not. But who's returning? Well, for Dowling girls, it's led by Emma Gibble. She's been around. She's been in the varsity for 4 years now. I think a 2-3 year starter at times. And she leads the Maroons. But freshmen, we're seeing a lot of freshmen. And Ava Zedeker, leading scorer for Dowling after 4 games, leading the team with a 16.2 average. Of course, she's pretty good lineage. Her grandfather, Arnie, was a longtime head basketball coach, Cedar Rapids Kennedy, before he retired, also Hall of Fame. And he retired, moved to Central Iowa, and one of her older sisters came through and played, or maybe it was a cousin, and now she is. But she leads this team, and we're going to see a lot of freshmen mixed in with a few veterans for the Dowling girls.
It's just so interesting nowadays, just these younger girls, contributing up at the varsity level. It just seems like it was yesterday where Caitlin Clark showed up as a freshman, and that was just an anomaly. And you look out at the Dowling lineup, and you got 4 or 5 freshmen on this lineup. Ava Zedeker, of course, got to see her play the other night. Heard a little bit about her father was a heck of a basketball player. And so I agree with you. The lineage is there, and hopefully that she gets her feet under, and she has a heck of a nice shot. And we're going to see a lot of good things out of her this year.
Well, you probably saw more of her than I did because you were up at Marshalltown. The Dowling girls played at Marshalltown this week, and the Dowling boys got their season started up in Marshalltown, but you probably got to see a little bit more. Dowling girls, mentioned this will be game 5. They're 4-0. They're ranked 11th in Class 5A. They're coming off a win Tuesday night over Marshalltown in a game they controlled very handily over the Bobcats. And they went up to last week, going up to Minneapolis, a traditional tournament. Was your daughter part of that?
Yes.
You've been up there
some
a few
Coach
times.
Marr brought to the program when she got here that takes her team up to Minneapolis and gets a chance to play against some of the parochial schools up in that area. And it's some really good competition. Get away from Des Moines, find some team chemistry, certainly get a team bonding, shortly after the Thanksgiving holidays. And it's typically been a great thing for her and this team. And again, coming away from that tournament, 2-0 against 2 formidable parochial schools up in the Minneapolis area.
Yeah, it certainly was. So Dowling girls winning up there and then coming back here and start the non-conference season, continue that with Des Moines Roosevelt before they go on the road next week. They'll be at Fort Dodge on Tuesday night. And then next Friday, we'll be back here in the Dowling gym as 6th-ranked Valley takes on 11th-ranked Dowling in the girls' contest. So conference season starts in a week, Jimmy.
It's going to happen pretty quick. You're going to find out what kind of team you got. Certainly tonight is going to be a much more of a competition or a much tougher game for the Dowling Maroons. And I think it's good. I think, you look at Coach Meyer, and you've had a couple easier games, I guess you will, over the last couple days. And, certainly want to see what kind of team you got, especially with the youth that they have on this team. Get some experience against some really good competition. I think you're going to see a couple really good girls tonight.
We're getting some bad remarks from the athletic director here, and that is Tom Wilson. Of course, you know all about him being one of the assistant coaches on game night, and the JV and sophomore head football coach.
I think with Coach Wilson seeing me with the headset on, I think he wants to get on and listen to what's going on. He and I talk a lot.
Well, we try to get him on. Our post game was cut short in that final game at Southeast Polk High School. Got cut up that time, but I think we'll put him on, and I don't know if he'll come on now that he sees you over here.
Yeah, I think it's been a few weeks after the football season has ended, and
a month has been around last almost.
My goodness.
A month of the week. So, well, let's take a look at the Dowling girls again. They're 4-0. They started out with a win over number 4 out of Class 4A. Mason City, 55-42 in Mason City. That was back on November 23rd, a couple days before Thanksgiving. Mason City, again, ranked 11th in Class 4A. Then the 2 wins up in Minneapolis at Twin Cities tip-off in St. Paul. They knocked off number 1 Aquinas Catholic out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, 50-47. That was last Friday. And then Saturday, knocking off Providence Academy out of Minnesota, the 5th-ranked team in Minnesota, 49-46. So a pair of 3-point wins in the Catholic Classic up there. A win over Marshalltown, 73-15 on Tuesday. And tonight, Roosevelt comes in ranked 5th. And this is a team that is loaded. This has been last time Dowling played Roosevelt. These girls were freshmen. I'm talking about Ariana Jackson, who's verbally committed to Iowa State to play for Coach Bill Fenley up there. Ayla Madison, also a junior. She was a freshman last time we saw them. They all made their debut, and they've got a nice team. Amaya Davidson's a senior. She's headed off to Division II Washburn University in Topeka. Those are 3 starters, Jimmy, and you mix in with a couple others. A very formidable and experienced Roosevelt Rough Rider team.
I totally agree. You look at Roosevelt, led by Ariana Jackson. I'm excited to see what she can do. You saw that she committed to Iowa State early on, and you hear a lot of good things about her. I haven't had a chance to see her play until tonight, so looking forward to that. The one thing about Roosevelt is, they're very top-heavy. They got some extremely good athletes up top, but they're not very deep. They don't go very deep in their bench, and that's going to be something to notice throughout this game.
Yeah, they didn't go very deep the other night. 7 against a very physical Johnson team, the number 1 team in 5A, only went 7 deep. So that is a big point, and they're not very tall.
And it'll be interesting to see who they put on Jackson tonight. We have some height. However, our height is young, and Ava Zedeker is standing 5'9". You put somebody like her on there. She's had the USSSA or AAU circuit type competition, so she's probably used to an Ariana Jackson. But do you put her on that, or do you go a little bit taller with Frericks tonight? A little bit more a veteran in Gipple. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Danner has picked in the film, and sees where she goes with that, or he goes with that tonight.
We'll take a break, come back with the starting lineups. It's Dowling and Roosevelt, the season debut here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Girls game coming up, the boys game to follow. We'll have both tonight. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo, and Jeff Pickett is our studio producer. We'll be back with the starters after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadale. We'll take a look at tonight's starting lineups. It's Dowling and Roosevelt. For Roosevelt, they come with a record of 1-1, as their first win of the season was their opener on November 23rd. They beat Ames 76-29 at the Roosevelt Gym. And then last Tuesday night, a loss at home to Johnson. Johnson, number 1 ranked team in 5A, a loss of 46-36 the Riders. So they're 1-1. They're number 5 in Class 5A. Dowling girls are 4-0, and they're ranked 11th in Class 5A. Let's take a look at the starters. First of all, for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, head coach is Morgan Schoenberg. 6th year at Roosevelt, 47 wins, 54 losses, assisted by Jamel Crawford and Tim Hansen, Dave Swindinger. And the Riders will start out like this. They'll start out at one guard. Ariana Jackson, the Iowa State recruit, wears number 2, a 5'9 junior, has averaged 15 points, 6 rebounds on the year. The other guard is a 5'5 junior, Kiela Madison, averaging 10 points and 1 rebound, and she'll wear number 3. The third guard is Zaire Ewing, a 5'6 senior, averaged 11 points and 4 rebounds. Zaire will wear number 14. And the fourth guard, Gabby Dwanyan, a 5'7 senior, averaging 4 points, leads the team with 6 rebounds she averages per game. She wears number 20. And finally, the fifth guard is Amaya Davison, a 5'7 senior, a D2 recruit for Roosevelt. She'll play next year at Washburn University down in Topeka, Kansas. And Amaya averages 12 points and 4 rebounds. So it's Jackson, Madison, Ewing, Dwanyan, and Davison, the 5 starters for Roosevelt. Now for Dowling Catholic, the Maroons are coached by Kristen Meyer in her 6th year, 92 wins, 26 losses, and assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. JV1 coach is Tom Donahue and Lisa Morrissey, and the JV2 coaches are Jonathan Vanderaar and Logan Greiner. And Dowling will start this lineup. At one guard will be Julia Moore, a 5'4 junior, averaging 6.5 points on the season. She'll wear number 21. The second guard will be Layla Triton, a 5'8 freshman, averaging 5.5 points. She'll wear number 45. At one forward will be Ava Zediker, a 5'9 freshman, averaging 16 points, 5.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 13. And the other forward will be Emma Gipple, a 5'10 senior, averaging 13 points, 13.5 rebounds. And she will wear number 23. And finally, the center is Lauren Fredericks, a 5'10 junior, averaging 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 25. So it's Zediker, Moore, Gipple, Fredericks, and Triton, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Ranked number 11 in Class 5A. We'll take a break and come back with the tip-off between Dowling and Roosevelt. Our officials tonight, Steve Russell, Dwayne Duncan, and James Lyons. Along with Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Ambadale. Back with the tip in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord, amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Alongside Jim Cataldo, I'm Mark Ambadale, as we just had our National anthem played, and we're about ready to get underway with game one of our girl-boy doubleheader, Dowling and Roosevelt. Jimmy, you look at the matchups, and Dowling's youth, but they've knocked off some teams with this freshman group against Roosevelt's experience. And, got two young ladies going to college playing at the next level already. So this will be an interesting matchup. Now, in the series, Dowling is 6-0 against Roosevelt, dating back to 2010. The teams haven't played since 2019. So that was over at Roosevelt in the game we did. So that's kind of the tail of the tape so far.
I think you're going to find right away this is going to be an up-tempo game. I think Roosevelt would want to control the tempo, get these younger girls running and see how they react to the pace.
All right, Dowling going right to left towards the south basket. Roosevelt in their all blue uniforms with white numbers going left to right towards the north basket here at the Dowling Gym. We're underway as our broadcast position right behind the scorers tables. Unlike last year, we were up in the rafters. Here's Roosevelt with the basketball. They dribble baseline, cut off nicely by Dowling. Gipple with a nice job defensively. As Riders make it right side. Here's Amaya Davis in the lane, kicks it back out to Ewing for two, and it's good. A 2-point shot for Ewing just inside the 3-point.
Well, you see right away the Dowling is putting Zedeker on Jackson, which I think is a great challenge for her tonight. She's used to that up-tempo type play, and it's going to be very exciting to see what she does.
2-0 Roosevelt. Now whistle a foul on the Riders. Foul be on number 20, Gabby Dwanyan, her first, and the team's first. Dwanyan, a 5'7" senior, averaging 4 points, but she is a leading rebounder for Roosevelt after 2 games. Maroons inbound the ball. They get it into the front court. Dowling now top to Key Gipple. Works the right side down the lane. Strong move to the basket. Layup good. She went right around the defender, Amaya Davison. That was a little clear out there from the top of the key.
He's great leadership, right? There's your returning veteran, Emma Gipple, taking them right to the hoop and finishing.
All right, Roosevelt with the ball. Riders going left to right. Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. Riders with it. Here's Davison, works the right side, dribbles the baseline, cut off. Now backdoor cut. Jackson to the lane. Her shot up and no good. Draws the foul, and free throws coming as the foul is on Dowling, and Ava Zedeker, her first.
She space guarding Jackson throughout the entire offensive set. She took her eye out for 1 second, and Jackson cuts to the basket, and then she's playing catch-up and draws a foul.
Check that. It is out of bounds to Roosevelt. Riders will inbound it as Ewing throws it in. Jackson, Madison, Ewing, Dwanyan, and Davison, the 5 and the 4 for Roosevelt. Pull-up jumper at the free throw line by Davison, no good. Ball tried to be saved from going out of bounds by Ariana Jackson, but stepped on the baseline. It'll be Dowling basketball. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashford Vision Clinic and Construction Professionals. Mark Emmerdale, Jim Cataldo here tonight. Game one of our girl-boy doubleheader. Jeff Piggott back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios. Our studio producer. Dowling works the ball inside. Here's Gipple on the right side. Clears it out. In the corner, 3-pointer no good by Triton. And the rebound out to Roosevelt and Zaire Ewing. Good look that time, Jimmy.
That's a great kick out. I mean, she had an open shot. Young freshman taking it with no hesitation.
Pull-up jumper by Amaya Davison is up and good. Hits the rim, rolls around and through. And Davison now has her first 3, and it's 5-2 Roosevelt. After being tied at 2, Roosevelt with the lead.
It's a backboard shot, rolls in. Some of the breaks that you're going to need.
A whistle to foul as Dowling gets the ball across the timeline, and Davison picks up the foul. She just made the 3 and now commits the foul. Second team foul on Roosevelt. And they're going to put the ball on the far sideline. Our officials are Steve Russell, James Lyons, and Dwayne Duncan in this top 11 matchup in Class 5A. We'll get a look at some of the other games going on in the CI Middle Net when we get a break. But this is a top 11 girls matchup. Dowling with the ball. Here's a backdoor cut. They kick it out in the corner. Here's Zedeker with it. Guarded nicely by Davison. The Maroons reverse the ball to the right side. They get it on the baseline. The ball tipped out of bounds by Ariana Jackson.
Well, Dowling's not hesitating. I mean, they're penetrating, taking to the basket. Showing some great leadership early in the season.
All right. Maroons inbound the ball. Here's Zedeker on the baseline. Kicks it out to Gipple. Dribble drives in the lane, and now it's Julia Moore with it. Her shot off the Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Jackson, and Roosevelt comes away with it. Moore had a good look.
Moore had a great look. The thing with Julia this year is she's being more of an offensive threat this year than she has in the past, showing some confidence, in some of the years that she's coming back.
Ooh. And now a three-pointer up and good by the Riders. Amaya Davison for three. That's her second three of the night, and it's Roosevelt by 6. 8-2 Riders. Largest lead for the Riders is right now. Dowling in the front court. Roosevelt staying man-to-man. Bruins give it to Triton. That's Layla Triton. And top of the circle it goes to Frert. She dribbles off her foot. Roosevelt the other way and a run out. Layup up and good by Kiela Madison and a timeout Dowling. This will be a 30-second timeout as the Riders now have went on an 8-0 run and lead it 10-2 with 4.5 left in the first quarter.
You see a lot of the pace that we talked about in the pregame. They're shooting the ball. Roosevelt shooting the ball early in their possessions, overplaying on defense, taking some chances and getting those steals, and they're setting the pace early.
They are in a flow, and they're feeling it. That's a good timeout there by head coach Kristen Meyer of Dowling Catholic. Coach Meyer in her 6th year here at Dowling, 12th overall. Let's take a look at some of the games going on in the CIML. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders. East, Hoover, and Ottumwa have the night off. It's Johnston at Urbandale tonight. Johnston girls ranked number 1. Johnston boys ranked 5th. North is at Valley. Valley girls ranked 6th. Valley boys ranked 3rd. Other games is Fort Dodge at 8th-ranked Ankeny Centennial for a girl-boy doubleheader. Lincoln's at Southeast Polk. Waukee Northwest at Waukee in the battle of the Waukee schools. That game is televised on CISN tonight. It's 12th-ranked Waukee Northwest girls and the 7th-ranked Waukee Northwest boys at Waukee. As we have a stoppage in play we've got a problem with the clock. And that'll give us a chance for more games going on. Mason City is at Marshalltown. Ankeny is at Ames, and that boys matchup, number 6 Ankeny, number 2 Ames. And that's a look at tonight's game. Now tomorrow, Johnston girls have a basketball tournament. 7 games beginning at 9 o'clock. Some of the area teams playing. It'll be 6th-ranked Valley taking on West Liberty. They're ranked 9th out of Class 3. That'll be at 2:15 at the Johnston Gym. And the granddaddy of them all, can we say that with the bowl season in college coming up, Jimmy? Number 1 Glenwood out of 4A against number 1 Johnston out of 5A. That'll be the 7:30 game, conflicting with the Michigan-Iowa game that kicks off at 7 o'clock tomorrow night in Indianapolis.
I don't know too many Iowa fans that may be watching that game, but that's a very intriguing matchup early in the season.
Really?
You look at the Waukee and Northwest and the Waukee matchups. Oh my goodness, that's going to be very interesting how things pan out over there.
Other games tomorrow is number 2 Ames boys on the road at Cedar Rapids Kennedy for a girl-boy doubleheader in Cedar Rapids beginning at 5:30. And right here at the Dowling Gym tomorrow afternoon, the boys-only contest, number 1 Council Bluffs Lincoln at Dowling. They'll tip it off at 1 o'clock. We will not have that on radio. All right, Dowling out of the timeout, and the ball is shot by Zediger, top of the key. It's no good, and the ball tipped out of bounds. They say it went off Gipple. It'll be Roosevelt basketball. The Bruins held scoreless here, Jim. They're outscored 8-0. I'm going on 2 minutes.
But yeah, you haven't had Roosevelt miss a shot yet. That's a big key to this game. But you could tell, Ava Zediker is trying to get the ball in her hands, looking for the shot. Certainly contested defensively by Roosevelt right now.
Here's Davison with it, gets in the lane, puts a shot up, and it's off the glass. No good. Rebound, Gipple and Dowling. Outlet pass goes to Triton, and the ball goes out of bounds. The outlet pass by Gipple, a little too far for the freshman Layla Triton. And now substitution. Roosevelt will go to their, and this is something we talked about, their short bench. They'll bring in Peyton Twellmeyer, number 21, who is a 5'5 sophomore.
This is the advantage you got to take. They're not used to going deep in their bench.
Riders have it. This is Madison with it. Kiela pass in the corner. Goes over to Davison. Amaya with it. On the dribble, in the lane. Feeds her teammate, and that's Gabby Dwanyan. She can't get the shot off. They kick it back out to Twellmeyer. And good defense by Dowling as they recover. The ball's out of bounds. They'll give it to Dowling. Good hustle by the Maroons that time in that defensive set.
You can see a little bit of the inexperience coming out in that offensive set. What I was talking about, Dowling taking advantage of the lineup that Roosevelt's currently going with. This is the time you want to start picking up your tempo and attacking the hoop.
All right, Zediker dribbles it up across the timeline, gives it to Frerichs. Gets it back out to Triton. Back to Frerichs. Her shot up no good. Ball slapped around and retrieved by Roosevelt and Kiela Madison. The other way we go. Here's Davison. Leaves it for Madison for three. Top of the key. It's no good. Rebound Triton. Dowling the other way with it. They get it to Zedeker. Zedeker on the baseline. Gets to Gipple. Feeds it underneath. And this is Gipple with it. Her shot up and good. The basket will count. The foul on Roosevelt. This will be on Gabby Douanian.
So close to losing that ball in the lane. She had a double clutch of the pass, almost lost it, gathered herself, made a heck of a shot in the lane for one.
So Gipple with her fourth point, a chance for an and one. Substitutions now for Dowling as Frerichs and Triton check out.
You see a lot of the youth coming out of Dowling's bench, currently with 3 freshmen on the court.
And the free throw good by Gipple. She has all 5 of Dowling's points. It's 10-5 our score with Roosevelt in the lead, Jimmy. And you mentioned you were talking about youth. I didn't mean to interrupt you. As Roosevelt with the ball and a shot by Davison, no good. A foul before the shot.
Well, you got your primary leader out there, Emma Gipple. This is a time when she really has to command, keep her team together. Julia Moore has some tremendous experience and as a great defensive player. Let's see how these other 3 freshmen, fit in and get some chemistry and put a run here.
And Marr and Heller in for Dowling, a 5'4" freshman, averaging 2.5 points. She's in there now off the bench for Dowling, and now they're forcing a turnover. Heller and knock it into the hands of Ellie Olson, another freshman who just checked in, number 41. Olson, a 5'9" freshman. Dowling with the ball. Zedeker hands it off to Gipple, and she's double teamed. Now backdoor to Zedeker. Her shot up and good. The basket will count. The foul on Roosevelt. Nice pass to the top.
Great pass by Emma Gipple. Zedeker, baits her defender in and does a hard back cut. Emma finds her, and Ava Zedeker finishes at the rim.
That is her first points. The 14th foul on Roosevelt as they whistle the foul on Kiela Madison, her first. Again, team foul on Roosevelt, number 4. Dowling with 2 team fouls. Free throw is good by Zedeker. All of a sudden, Dowling with a 6-0 run, and it's 10-8 Roosevelt.
All 6 points. All 6 points have come since Roosevelt went to their bench, and now they're taking advantage.
Well, they got foul trouble with 2 fouls on Douanian, so they've got Twelmeyer, the sophomore, in there right now. And let's see how Coach Schoenberg rotates it with palming the ball on the rider. So a turnover, Dowling with it. Here's Gipple on the dribble weave down the right side. Stops, puts up a shot up and short. Gets her own rebound. Putback is no good. Rebounded by Gipple and a putback up and good.
Incredible.
3 offensive rebounds, 2 points, Jim.
Yeah, that's tough for a statistician trying to keep track of. She put up 3 shots, got all 3 rebounds, finished on the last one.
And we're tied at 10. 1:24 remaining first quarter from the Dowling Gym. An exciting night of high school basketball. Shot up and no good by Roosevelt. That was Zaire Ewing, but a foul on Gipple. That'll be her first. So Emma picking up foul number 1. And that is the 13th foul on Dowling, I believe. They're saying it's 17th foul. 2?
Yep.
No, they just moved it to 3. We're missing one. Oh, here it is. Heller, Zedeker, and Gipple all with 1. And free throws coming for Roosevelt. This will be Zaire Ewing, 5'6" senior, has 2 points already in the first quarter. Free throw is no good. Front of a 1-and-1. And now we got a jump ball and a rebound. Good hustle that time by Ariana Jackson, the Iowa State recruit, battling in there, and they didn't box her out.
Certainly going to take advantage of her experience and getting after it. And she's a very aggressive young lady.
Jump ball called. Be Dowling basketball. Zedeker in the front court. Dribble handoff to Heller. Now to Gipple, and she's fouled. And they're going to call what? An illegal screen on Dowling. There they are. It'll be on Ellie Olson. The 5'9" freshman setting that illegal screen.
You just got to keep yourself set. Emma Gipple come a little bit closer to that screen would really attract a safe pick.
All right, here's Twelmeyer with it. She gets in the lane, and she loses the basketball. Maroons with a 2-on-2 fast break. Down court, Moore, layup good! Julia Moore, that's what she does best, Jimmy.
Tremendous.
She could go coast to coast with that left hand.
Tremendous job defensively, and that's your defensive stopper. She has been since she entered the varsity arena, and gets a great steal.
Now a long three by Roosevelt. Up and good. I think that had ice on it when it came down. Zaire Ewing with the top of the key three. Wow. That was up there a while. And Roosevelt takes a 1-point lead, 13-12. Back comes Zedeker. Her shot up and no good, and a foul on Roosevelt, and that'll be on R.E. Johnson, number 13, who just checked in. So on Johnson, that'll be her first, and team foul number 5 on the Riders. So free throws coming for Zedeker. Ava, a 91% free throw shooter on the year, and I said that after she missed.
And you foshed her.
Thank you. Our listening audience may not know what that means, but you might want to explain some of the Italian lingo that I sometimes get on this. I got it during football from Sideline Guy, and now I'm getting it from you. Second free throw by Zedeker is good. She has 4 points, and we're tied at 13 with 25 seconds left in the first quarter from the Dowling Gym here in this girls' CIML non-conference game. Dowling and Roosevelt. Inside pass is stolen away as Davidson couldn't handle it. Now we're going to call a jump ball. Good hustle by the Maroons. That second unit's doing a great job, and that was Marr and Heller in the middle of all that.
Look at these freshmen, boy. They're not distracted at all by the crowd, the setting. Playing tremendously aggressive, looking for steals, and almost got one there.
Jump ball goes to all in the possession goes to Roosevelt, and here's Amaya Davidson with it in the lane. Her shot is blocked by Frerick. Gets her own rebound. Putback is no good, and the ball once again blocked by Frerick. Davidson comes down with it, and we've got a tie-up, and it'll be held ball to Dowling.
Tremendous defensive set by Lauren Frericks, holding her own, getting 2 blocks on that, contesting each shot at the basket, and Dowling ball.
See, Roosevelt will not come out with full court pressure. 1.9 seconds remaining. You got to guard Zedeker because you know she can launch it. You're going to get the ball into her. Here's Zedeker with it. Half-court shot is stolen from behind. It's no good. And no foul. So we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 13, Roosevelt 13, along with Jim Cataldo and Mark Amadale back with the second quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio is now available on your smart speaker. Step 1, say,
Alexa, enable the Iowa Catholic Radio skill.
Or enable it through your Alexa app. Step 2, say,
Alexa, open Iowa Catholic Radio.
Now enjoy listening to Iowa Catholic Radio through your smart speaker.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jim Cataldo and Mark Amadale as Dowling and Roosevelt tied at 13 in this top 11 matchup in Class 5A. Jimmy, what do you got for shooting percentage in the first half?
Dowling gets off to a slow start, but starts making some of their critical in the paint baskets. Goes 5 for 10 in the first quarter from 2, 0 for 3 from three-pointer. Roosevelt shooting 2 of 5 2-point shots, but 3 for 3 from three-pointers. Certainly, Dowling changed the pace of play as Roosevelt went to the bench. Roosevelt goes to the bench. They get 5 turnovers at that point, and Dowling certainly capitalizes on that. 13-13 first quarter score.
All right, Dowling was 3 of 4 at the free throw line in the first quarter. Roosevelt 0 for 1 at the free throw line in the first quarter. Foul situations, Roosevelt has 5 fouls as a team, Dowling with 4. And for the Riders, they have there's one of their starters, Gabby Duanyan, a 5'7" senior wearing number 20, leading rebounder for this Roosevelt team that isn't very tall. Their tallest player is about 5'9". She's out with 2 fouls, but she leads the team with averaging 6 rebounds. That could be a factor. It certainly was in Dowling's comeback. The Maroons were down 10-2, and they went on an 8-0 run to tie it, and then they both teams exchanged baskets. Now Roosevelt first possession, pull-up jumper is no good by Zaire Ewing. Rebound Dowling and a foul in the backcourt on the Riders.
Certainly what Dowling needs is, get some easy rebounds there, force the fouls, which forces them to go to their bench, and I think that's critical to winning this game.
That foul will be on R.E. Johnson, 5'7" junior, who's come off the bench for head coach Morgan Schoenberg, and she has 2 fouls. So a pair of riders with 2 fouls. Dowling underneath, an off-balance shot, no good by Triton from the right block for Dowling. Rebound comes out to Roosevelt. Roosevelt going left to right, wearing their all road blue uniforms, white numbers and letters. They go to the north basket here at the Dowling gym. Not a bad crowd for the first Friday night home game for Dowling.
We were talking about this earlier in pregame. We didn't get a setting like this last year, and it's great to see a crowd back into the gym.
All right, Cheatham with the basketball. She came in off the bench. The 5'7" senior sat out last year with an ACL. Put a nice move on, but couldn't finish. Shot is no good. Rebound Dowling. With it is Frericks. And now she has the ball stolen away from her by Davison. Down court, and a foul called on Dowling. And Davison going to the basket, and we'll go to the free throw line, I believe.
Foul. Julia Moore there.
That's
her first.
That's her first. And Dowling now with 5 team fouls. Nope, they say it was before the shot. So Roosevelt will inbound the ball. Trinity Cheatham will throw it in.
It's Zedeker still face guarding. Ariana Jackson's done a heck of a job on her.
That's quite the matchup.
Jimmy scored.
We get a moment here. I want to talk a little about that. These girls have come in as freshmen. They've been playing that club AAU ball, and they've been playing against players on other teams that are older than them anyway. And, that's why there's no drop-off. There's a shot no good by the Riders. Offensive rebound by Roosevelt, and that came from Jackson, and she's fouled. I think Gipple got her. We'll see. Now they're going to get whistled on Zedeker, I believe.
It's her second.
Yes, they are. So Ava with her second foul, and decision time for head coach Kristen Meyer and her coaching staff at Dowling, Joel Danner and Audrey Faber. And the first free throw is no good by Jackson. She's looking for her first point of the night, believe it or not. Second free throw coming. Jackson averaging 15 points on the season and 6 rebounds. Second free throw good. So she has her first basket and point of the night, rather. 14-13, Roosevelt by 1. Riders have led by as many as 8. Dowling's led by as many as 2 here in this first half. Maroons with the basketball. Down court, layup no good by Frericks. Put back up and good. Who else? Gipple, the double-double scorer. Emma Gipple with her 9th point.
Always attacking the basket. Offensive rebounds are huge.
Emma Gipple averaging 13 points, 13.5 rebounds for Dowling. Now we got 3 seconds of lane on Roosevelt as the Riders couldn't get out of the lane after that pass. Ewing tried to post up, couldn't. Finally dished the ball out, and she couldn't get out of the lane in time, and a turnover against the Riders.
That's turnover number 6 for Roosevelt. Critical in a game like this. Every possession.
Here's Moore with it for Dowling. Gets it over in the corner to Frericks. Now they reverse the ball right side. This is Layla Triton with it. To Moore. Julia down the lane with the left hand. Kicks it over in the corner. 3-pointer coming by Frericks. It's no good. And we've got a loose ball foul, and they're going to keep it under the Dowling basket. Foul on Roosevelt. And the foul will be on Trinity Cheatham. That is her first. Trinity battled an ACL injury last year, sat out, and looks to play in college. She is a senior, comes off the bench for the Riders. And now substitutions. Ariana Jackson will check out for the Riders, as does Trinity Cheatham. Checking back in will be Peyton Twellmeyer for the Riders. And R.E. Johnson. Free throw no good by Gipple. On the front of the 1-and-1 and a loose ball, jump ball. So Gipple misses the free throw.
First look for Macy Downing, senior into the lineup for Dowling. Going to the bench deep. Dowling's going to run 8 to 9 players deep, which is a great thing when you look at keeping fresh legs with an up-tempo defense.
All right, jump ball called. It'll be Roosevelt possession. We got a loose ball foul away from the basket on Dowling. They're going to call it on Marin Heller. Marin, that'll be her first. Or check that, second foul. Team foul number 6 on Dowling. So both teams in the bonus. Roosevelt has 8 team fouls. Now they move to 7. What are we doing, Jimmy?
I think they got
Think so?
There they got it. Now it's a 7.
Free throw's no good by Davison, who has 6 points tonight for the Riders. Rebound Dowling. Maroons lead it 15-14, 5:10 remaining here in the second quarter from the Dowling gym tonight. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Gipple has the ball. Got caught dribbling too much. Steal by Roosevelt. Down court goes Davison, and she draws the foul. Foul's on Dowling, and that'll be on Moore. Julia will pick up her second.
Certainly this early in the game, certainly want to watch your own personal fouls. You play as aggressive as you can until you get about 2 fouls.
Right.
And then you got to let up a little bit, as the first half continues on.
All right, Julia Moore will check out of the Dowling lineup, replaced by another starter, Lila Triton, who checks in. Free throw good by Davison. She's now 1 for 2 tonight at the line. She has 7 points. Nice game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Dental Associates and Mercy One. We also want to thank Catholic Tuition Organization and Skeffington Formal Wear for supporting our broadcasts in our 45th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic sports. Second free throw is good, and Roosevelt retakes the lead. 16-15 Riders. Dowling with the ball. Corner 3, up, no good by Dowling's Macy Downing. Rebound out to Roosevelt. There's a long 3, up and good, and that's Kiela Madison with the 3. That's her 5th point of the night.
Big differences in 3-pointers right now. Dowling's 0 for 4.
And Roosevelt's made 4.
4 for 4.
Yeah, big difference. Now the ball on the floor. Bodies on the floor, out of bounds to Dowling as Madison tried to tie up Frericks, and the ball went out of bounds to Dowling. So the Maroons will inbound the ball. Gipple will throw it in. Triton, Frericks, Heller in there for Dowling, and now we've got an illegal screen, a loose ball foul on Dowling. They're going to call it on Frericks. That'll be her first. The other way we go. Another turnover, Jimmy.
That's turnover number 5 for Dowling. Certainly, gosh, you look at that's our second illegal pick, and those are just cheap fouls that you get. It's an empty possession you never want to see.
Ellie Olson's the other Dowling player in the lineup. 5'9" freshman again. Roosevelt with the ball in the front court. Kiela Madison gets to R.E. Johnson. Back to Madison. Top of the key. 1-4 set. Madison down the lane. Leaves it for Ewing. Baseline shot up. No good. Rebound Dowling and Gipple. Emma well on her way for a double-double again.
Yes.
Roosevelt by 4. 19-15. Under 4 minutes remaining. At halftime, we'll have the brand-new Dowling boys basketball coach, Clay Thilking, will be our guest here at halftime. Coach Cataldo might have a question or two for him.
I got to be careful with my questions. My son's playing in the program.
You might want to consider how you word it. Long 3 in the corner, no good by Dowling, and that's Heller with the miss. Rebound Roosevelt. Outlet pass to R.E. Johnson. Layup good. Ran the floor well, did R.E. And a 5'7" junior shoots and scores her first basket of the night.
Pace is up tempo, back and forth right now. Gipple in the middle.
And scores.
She's finding the ball close to the rim, getting high percentage shots, and she's certainly leading this team. 11 points in the first half.
Unbelievable. Gipple with 5 field goals and 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Now corner 3, no good by Davison for Roosevelt. Amaya couldn't hit it from the right baseline. Rebound out to Dowling. 21-17 Riders. Under 3 minutes left.
Checking back in at the next dead ball.
Under 3 minutes left. Frericks with it. Gets it over to Heller. Marin from the left elbow. Her shot no good. Rebound tied up. Nice job that time by Dowling's Ellie Olson, and she was tied up. It'll be Dowling basketball as Ava Zediker set to check back in with 2 fouls.
2 fouls, So let's see if she keeps her composure, right?
Full timeout call. We'll take one. 2:44 remaining. Second quarter from the Dowling gym. It's 21-17. Roosevelt the lead over the Dowling girls. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. How many times have you heard someone talk about how important it is to be progressive? Have you ever asked them what they mean by that? G.K. Chesterton says, progress is a useless word, for progress takes for granted an already defined direction, and it's exactly about the direction that we disagree. We can't have progress until we've stated what our goal is. and then we can determine whether or not we're moving closer to it or farther from it. The real question is not whether we are progressive, but what is our goal? My goal is to get to heaven and to help others get there too. What's yours? Want Chesterton for more than a minute? Visit our website at chesterton.org.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
Jim out of the timeout by Roosevelt here. Zedeker in the lane. Her shot is no good. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt basketball. But
set up a play coming out of timeout for Zedeker to take it right to the hoop. Had an open layup, just lost control of the ball. Going up.
All right, Riders with it. As in the front court is Ariana Jackson. She's a point guard on this Rough Rider team. Gets it out to Kiela Madison. Right corner it goes to Davison. Amaya now. Roosevelt being a little patient here. We haven't seen this. Now underneath, the backdoor cut, layup good. R.E. Johnson is a benefit of another backdoor cut. 4 points for Johnson off the bench.
It's a limitation of your defense. When you try to overplay every pass, you give up the back door, and that's what they're taking advantage of.
23-17 Roosevelt with just under 2 minutes left, and Dowling whistled for a 3-second violation. And another turnover as the Maroons make a substitution with Marr and Heller checking in. And checking out will be Lauren Frerichs. So let's try to set the Dowling lineup here if we can. It'll be Heller and Gipple along with Ellie Olsen for the Maroons. As I'll tell you what, Heller almost forced another turnover. Zedeker is in there for Dowling. And I'm missing one player, and that is Layla Triton. That's the 5. And now carrying the basketball, whistled against Roosevelt. Kiela Madison with the carry, palming the ball, whatever you want to call it.
Switching up the defense a little bit, putting Marin Heller on Jackson the last 2 times up, protecting Ava Zedeker's fouls.
The Dowling has several players themselves with 2 fouls each. Now here's Gipple on the baseline. Puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebound Roosevelt. Trinity Cheatham with the big rebound. Here we are in transition. Jackson for 3. Good. She buried it from the left wing in transition.
Great no hesitation shot by Jackson. Looked pretty darn smooth.
That's her first field goal tonight.
You can see why Iowa State kind of likes this girl.
Now on the baseline, Dowling guilty of a 3-second call. I think they're going to get Triton for being in the lane.
It looked like Gipple posting up, begging for the ball, and
could be.
Triton takes the ball to the rim and doesn't feed it, and Emma gets caught in the lane.
Riders with a 9-point lead with a minute to play. In the lane, a shot up, no good. They isolated Davison, and she went in the lane and backed in and drew the foul, and she'll get free throws. Fouls on Dowling. It'll be on Ellie Olsen, her second. So Olsen, Julia Moore, and Zedeker, along with Marr and Heller, all with 2 fouls each for Dowling. Free throws coming by Davison. First one is no good. Nice game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic and Construction Professionals. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadeo. Jeff Piggott, our studio producer. Game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. It's Dowling and Roosevelt. Second free throw, no good. Ball slapped around, and Dowling with the rebound. As Triton comes away with it, and now she loses it out of bounds to Roosevelt. So Davison with the miss. She now has 8 points, and she is just 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Both teams not the best free throw shooting teams. Roosevelt at 58% for the year, and Dowling at 51%. Riders with it. Here's Cheatham with the top of the key in the lane. A charging foul called on Cheatham. Great job defensively by Julia Moore.
Great job by Julia, staying still.
She's playing with 2.
She's playing with 2. She was able to protect that foul. Stood still, took a great charge in the middle of the lane.
So now they're going to do a little offense-defense for Dowling. Zedeker will come in on offensive series. I think that's a second foul on Cheatham. They haven't posted it yet. And now Dowling with the ball. Here's Zedeker with it to Julia Moore. More dribbles the right side, cut off by Madison. Now here's Gipple with it, and she loses it. Stolen away by Roosevelt and R.E. Johnson. What a second quarter she's had. And in transition, layup good by Davison. She now has 10 points. 28-17, Riders by 11. This is Roosevelt's biggest lead here in the first half over Dowling. Bruins with it. Heller with it. Gives to Zedeker. Taking her out of the game. Heller with it in the lane. Pull-up jumper, free throw line is in and out, no good. And the putback up and again by who else? By Gipple, Emma Gipple. And that'll end the first half of play. So Emma scores her 13th point, and Dowling with the last possession of the first half, and Roosevelt goes away with a 28-15 lead. 28-19 lead here at halftime, as Dowling held to 6 points, Jimmy, in that second quarter. They were outscored 15-6 in that second quarter, and the Riders with the lead here at halftime.
Well, you saw Roosevelt taking up the pace. He had a couple run out baskets. Took advantage of some of Dowling's foul trouble. Getting some of their deeper bench players in. You get some experience that we talked about at the beginning of the game, and they certainly made a run at it. What's so interesting about this is a lot of it is without Ariana Jackson. Ariana Jackson hitting that 3-point shot was her only made field goal of the first half. It isn't that she's forcing or missing a lot of shots. She's really being more of a distributor of the basketball, and certainly Roosevelt's becoming the benefit of it.
All right, Roosevelt leading here at halftime of the girls' contest, 28-19 over Dowling Catholic. Along with Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadale coming up, we'll have the head coach in his first year at Dowling Catholic, the boys' coach, Clay Philking, will join us here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Halftime score, Roosevelt 28, Dowling 19 in the girls' game. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Don't miss the Iowa Catholic Radio Dinner in December, Saturday, December 11th at the Embassy Suites downtown. Join us as we celebrate 15 years connecting listeners to Christ. Enjoy a display of the Vatican International Exhibition of the Eucharistic Miracles of the World. Plus, keynote speaker Paul Zuccarelli will share his inspirational near-death experience. Get your tickets now for the Iowa Catholic Radio Dinner in December, Saturday, December 11th. Details at iowacatholicradio.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Jim Cataldo and Mark Amadale. Halftime score of the girls' game. It's Roosevelt 28, Dowling 19. And welcome to the brand new boys basketball coach at Dowling Catholic, Clay Philking. And Clay, thanks for joining us. And you already had one game under your belt. You were introduced to Marshalltown High School. You probably remember that in your days at Urbandale, playing up there at the old roundhouse. It's been renovated. But you take it to overtime. Yeah. What a night it was. And welcome, Coach.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good game. Typical first game, a lot of jitters, a lot of kids. It was their first time seeing a varsity floor, and, fell a little bit short, but there's a lot to build on, a lot of good things that happened.
Well, a lot to build on because a lot of these kids had, we were just talking about that with the girls' game, a lot of inexperience. I mean, a lot of JV experience. They got that, but you got kids out there with maybe combined 10 minutes in a varsity games of 23 games, 24 games last year. Yeah. So that makes a difference.
It's a big deal. Yeah, we're playing guys that haven't played organized basketball for 2 and 3 years, and it's a different speed. It's going to take them a while to get used to that, but we'll get there.
Well, let's talk about the Dowling boys. You're 0-1 with the loss in overtime to Marshalltown on Tuesday night, 60-59. Let's talk about this group. I noticed your roster. You've got 6 seniors, 9 juniors, a sophomore that you have to start the season. That doesn't always mean it's going to end the season that way. Right. And let's talk about this group. We'll start with some of the seniors that are in your rotation.
Yeah. we're kind of leaning, Carson Brown, obviously a terrific athlete. Charlie Stewart, I think those guys stand out for us from an athletic standpoint, and being able to guard on the perimeter and kind of make plays for themselves and for others. Mata Brua is another senior who's starting for us at the moment. Hasn't played a lot in the last couple of years, but he's picking up on things. He's still catching up. Quincy obviously has been in the program and brings back a little bit of experience. But even with those guys, I mean, a lot of this is new to them, so they're learning on the fly as well. But a good mix of young and old, and our job is to kind of get everybody on the same page and making strides each day.
Coach, I had a chance, and I was telling you, I had a chance to get up there and watch you guys play. And the one thing that stood out to me right away was your athleticism. I think the athleticism of your team, certainly set the tone of that game. And I think as you get more and more of these guys in tune and get more, you have a lot of football players that are transitioning over to basketball, a lot of basketball players, continue on. But what has been the biggest challenge so far early in this season, bringing your system into this school and to this group of kids?
A lot, because it is a brand new system, and that takes a really long time to implement, and it's going to take us, a few years probably before that's all running smoothly. You're right, a lot of football guys that we didn't have access to all fall, and so we're behind a lot of teams to begin with just in that regard. But yeah, you throw in a brand new system and terminology and chemistry, and there's just a lot of newness and a lot of learning that has to take place. We have to be patient with it, but we'll get there.
The one thing, none of them looks confused. They all seem to know their role and accept their roles, and just the overall aggressiveness of your team really stood out the other night, and it certainly it gives you some light as to what's to come here in the season.
Yeah, they'll play hard, and that's what we tell them, just worry about the things you control, your effort, and things of that nature, and everything else will take care of itself.
We're visiting with Clay Thielking, the head boys basketball coach at Dowling, and their game with Roosevelt tonight. And the Riders playing their second game, just like you. They're coming off a loss to Johnston on Tuesday night, 78-49. Johnston with the win over Roosevelt. But this is a group that has got three players that have played since freshman year. Jamison Patton, a young man who's been recruited in football more than anything. Sam King and George Williams. Those are three guys that are veterans for Roosevelt, very athletic team. And, as I talked to Adam Daly earlier, he said, you know what? We seem similar because we have kids that are very aggressive. Dowling has kids very aggressive. And he really liked how the young man for you, Charlie Stewart, played. He really went the whole. He reminded me of, I told Jimmy earlier, of Matt Stillwell, who played for Dowling. Aggressive, but will go to the hole when you need to. And you got that with Roosevelt, your opponent tonight.
Hey, absolutely. They're really aggressive, athletic. They do go to the hole hard. I think we're going to be challenged on the defensive end just to keep the ball in front of us. And you're right. Patton and King and Williams are kind of a three-headed monster for them that we're going to try to control a little bit. But Adam does a great job with those guys, and it'll be a great test for our kids. I'm anxious to see how they respond.
And this is a back-to-back night because tomorrow afternoon you happen to play the number one team ranked in the state of Iowa, Council Bluffs Lincoln. And, oh, by the way, we went over there last year around February, Thursday night, and knocked them off. That was one of their first losses in the state of Iowa, and they had the return trip tomorrow afternoon, Coach.
Yeah.
Who scheduled that for you before you got here?
It wasn't me. I won't say names. That was not my doing.
Is it the ball boy down there?
Yeah, might be that guy right there, yeah.
I thought we're pointing to Tom Wilson, the athletic director and football coach. Well, that'll be a great challenge for you. You kids like playing challenge. You know that.
No, it's great. It's great.
Nothing about playing a rivalry or something like that, but you want a challenge.
Oh, absolutely.
You got it both nights.
We'll be right. We haven't looked at that game yet, obviously, or talked to our kids about it, but it'll be fun to see that up close and see how we can do against those guys.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking time to visit with us. Enjoyed visiting with you during football season when this guy here was calling some of the wrong plays that night, if I remember right. I think that was the night we had your interview. But nonetheless, don't hold that against his son. I know he's in your basketball program. Don't hold that against him. He is actually a pretty good guy. And he's got pretty good peppers. He's a pepper guy.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
Yep. Clay, thanks a lot. Best of luck to you and your staff.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Mark.
All right, Clay Thielking, our guest here At halftime, it's Dowling losing here at halftime to Roosevelt. 28-19 score of the girls' game. Back in 1 minute with the second half here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
What is the first reflex thought that we find in sacred scripture of God? Not the first description of him creating the world, but the first thought that he has about himself. Open Genesis and you will find it. Let us make man. Think of it, as if God could not exist without man. God does not need man to complete himself, to fulfill a need, but he needs man as a kind of a gift. He must have someone to whom he can show his love. The first monologue that we touch in sacred scripture is the monologue of God thinking about man. And what are the first dialogues in scripture? The first question in scripture is God saying to man, Adam, where art thou?
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
All right, we're underway here in the second half here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Mark Amadale, Jim Cataldo, as Rosa had the ball first, turned it over, the other way we went, and a three-pointer up and good by Ava Zedeker, and it is 28-22 now. Roosevelt lead down to 6, but a whistle and a foul on Dowling, and they are going to whistle Lauren Fredericks with her second foul here, Jimmy.
It's good to see Ava coming out of the second half, hitting the first three-point shot for Dowling in the game, and it just looked very natural.
Both free throws no good by Davison. Ball out of bounds, and we got a push and foul call on the Rough Riders. That'll be on Zaire Ewing. That'll be her first foul, and already Roosevelt starting to rack up the fouls. Now, we'll go through some numbers here after Dowling inbounds the ball, but I had Roosevelt 3 of 8 at the free throw line in the first half. Dowling 4 of 5 at the line, and I know you've got some field goal numbers we'll get to here in a moment as Dowling with the basketball. Here's Moore with it, dribbles inside and travels with the basketball. Jimmy?
You look at the first half scoring for Dowling. One of the things that sticks out is 0 for 6 from three-point range. Those empty possessions miss when Roosevelt's shooting 5 for 8. That's a big difference in scoring just from the three-point arc.
That's a huge difference. Now a corner three, it's no good by Davison. Rebound inside by Roosevelt. That's Dwanyan with the putback, and we've got a whistle and we got a loose ball foul called.
Jump ball.
Okay, all in possession, Dowling. Our officials tonight, Steve Russell, James Lyons, and Dwayne Duncan. Appreciate those guys. I'll hang around for game 2 and do the boys' game. Dowling, a corner three is up, and it's no good. That's by Frericks from the left side. Rebound out to Roosevelt.
Good look by Lauren. Natural shot. Keep putting them up.
Roosevelt with the basketball. Davidson with it. Amaya on the dribble. Dowling stays man-to-man. We haven't seen any zone tonight by either team. It's just been a track meet at times. It's Madison with it. Left side it goes to Davison. She's working. Now dribbles inside. Shot up. No good. Good help defense by Gipple. Out of bounds to Dowling.
Great job coming across. We teach all the basketball players, on the dribble drive, you're opposite of the lane. Come across, give the help defense, challenge the shot, and she did a fantastic job with that.
Davison did a good job, Jimmy, of avoiding the charge, but she put up an off-balance shot, which is what Gipple caused. Dowling the other way with the basketball. Here's Triton with it, and the ball poked out of bounds by Roosevelt. Pesky hands of Zaire Ewing got involved there as Trinity Cheatham back in the Roosevelt lineup. She'll replace Zaire Ewing. 28-22 is our score. Roosevelt by 6 over Dowling as we're in the third quarter. 5:40 remaining. Roosevelt has led by as many as 11 points in the first half. Here's Zedeker in the lane. Her shot up, no good. Ball slapped around. Rebound Roosevelt. One and done is Dowling in the lane. Now outlet pass goes to Cheatham, and her shot no good. And the rebound comes out to Gipple.
Up and down pace to start the second half. Love the fact Zedeker's looking for her shots early.
There's Ferris in the corner, and now a three-pointer by Zedeker, no good. Rebound, Gipple between two players. Leaves it underneath, and a shot up and no good by Triton, but she's fouled as she hits the deck hard, and she'll make her way up. Foul on Roosevelt. Good ball movement that time by Dowling.
Great ball movement. Triton gets the ball down low. Takes on a really, really hard foul. Goes down hard. Back up, looking to take the 2 shots.
Layla Triton, 5'8" freshman, averaging 5.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and will attempt her first free throws of the night. First one up and no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadeo for Game 1. Steve DeVinny will join me for Game 2, the boys' game, coming up after this. 5:07 remaining third quarter. It's Roosevelt 28, Dowling 22 here at the Dowling Gym. Second free throw by Triton is no good. Rebound.
Gipple.
To Gipple, and she loses it out of bounds. As it slapped away. Frericks had it and lost it. So now Triton will have a seat on the bench. She took a shot that time when she went into the lane. Father Ryan Andrew at the back end of the Dowling bench. I never see him on your sideline.
Father Andrew, it's amazing. I come back and, you see him more and more the priests, kids, gentlemen that you coached at one time.
Yeah, but he's sitting on the end of Dowling's girls bench. He wasn't on the end of your JV sophomore bench. I was trying to make a point. All right, back to the game. Roosevelt. Here's Madison. You signed up for this.
Yeah, I know it.
Madison with it. The ball slapped away by Gipple. Stolen by Gipple. Leaves it for Zediker. Dowling in transition. Trailing by 6. Zediker coast to coast. Layup is short. Rebound Gipple, and she's fouled. And 2 free throws coming for Emma Gipple, who trailed the play after having the outlet pass.
Just showing senior leadership. A lot of experience out of Emma. Knowing that follow every shot. Even though an open layup by Emma or Ava Zediker coming up short there. Doing everything she can to get the ball in the hole. Just not falling as often as I know she'd like.
All right, fouls on Ariana Jackson, her first. That'll be team foul number 3 on Roosevelt. Full timeout called. We'll take one ourselves. 28-22. Roosevelt leads Dowling here in the third quarter on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Mother Theresa of Calcutta won the admiration of all of us by her humble dedication to serve what she called the poorest of the poor. Her convents around the world of over 4,000 nuns principally served those with leprosy and the dying. She loved this great labor of love. She called it something beautiful for God. Since Jesus taught, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, theirs is the kingdom of heaven," her suggestion to you and me was to serve others is one of the most beautiful gestures we can make to people who are in need. She often said, do something beautiful for God. Do it in your own way. Do it every day, but just do it. And that is today's thought of the day.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Free throws coming for the Maroons. Emma Gipple makes the first. She has 14 points here as she hits the first one. The foul was on Roosevelt's Ariana Jackson, her first. Second free throw good by Gipple. She now has 15 points to lead the Maroons, and it's 28-24. Roosevelt lead now down to 4 here. Jimmy, with 4:30 remaining here in the third.
Seeing this young team chip away, putting a lot of defensive pressure, forcing a turnover.
Forcing the extra pass, and Roosevelt threw it away as they tried to hit R.H. Johnson underneath, and it sailed away. So it'll be Dowling basketball as Julia Moore back in the lineup. It'll be Moore with Marr and Heller at the point guard. Gipple stays in. Zediker stays in. And Lauren Frericks, the 5 on the floor. Here's Zediker, wanted to shoot the 3 top of T, couldn't get it off. Leaves it for Moore. Works the right side. Gets it to Frericks. Underneath the Gipple. In the corner to Moore for 3, right wing. It banks off the glass, no good. An offensive foul on a loose ball on Dowling, and that'll be on Lauren Frericks, her third.
Great look. Great look by Julia Moore. Corner. Just in and out of the basket. But it's kind of look you're looking for throughout the game. She'll hit them.
You like the ball movement.
I love it.
But the shot has to fall. But they got great looks. Dowling, I'm talking about Dowling girls. They got a great look. Defensively, they are rotating around when Roosevelt dribble penetrates.
And the thing that's I'm most impressed with tonight is this youth really getting after it. The intensity that they're playing defensively is certainly noticeable.
All right, here is Ariana
There it
Jackson.
is.
Backs in, stolen away by the freshman Zedeker. And now a whistle and what they call stepping on the baseline is Zedeker.
Yep. I mean, tremendous. Ariana Jackson taking Ava Zedeker to the basket. Tremendous defensive play by Ava Zedeker. Gets the block and travels on the release.
And now Jackson comes out for Roosevelt. So Dowling trailing by 4. Roosevelt inbounds the ball underneath their own basket. Shot up and no good. But I'll tell you what, Davidson with the loose ball rebound. It's no good. Rebound Zedeker and Dowling in the backcourt. Out to Julia Moore. Still a 4-point lead for Roosevelt. Here's Moore, and she draws the reach-in foul before she could get the pass off to Heller. And the foul.
Number 3 on Ariana Johnson.
So R.E. Johnson.
R.E. Okay.
Yeah. R.E. Johnson picks up her third. That's team foul, I believe, number 4 on Roosevelt. We'll check it here. And Dwayne Duncan says the ball will be out of bounds to Dowling underneath their own basket instead of the sideline. Is that right? 14 fouls, Jimmy?
I have 14 fouls.
Okay. And 2 on Dowling here in the second half. Roosevelt stays man-to-man. Dowling inbounds the ball. Maroons going left to right towards the north basket. Zedeker for 3. Banks it off the glass. Good. I've seen that in the back of somebody's backyard a while ago.
She'll take it.
She'll
take anything she can get at this point.
How about that? Zedeker with her second 3, and they're both been in here at the third quarter. She now has 10 points. And Dowling now trails by 1, 28-27. Heller a steal. Lead pass to Zedeker. Layup good, and Dowling now with a 1-point lead. How about that?
Freshman to freshman, coast to coast. Dowling taking the lead.
Zedeker with 12 points, and now Roosevelt the other way. A pull-up jumper no good by Davison, but she drew the foul. And a foul will be on Gipple for Dowling. That'll be her second.
You look at this third quarter. Roosevelt is 0 for everything right now.
Go ahead.
And I tried to give him the fosh, but I couldn't. Anyway, I have not made a shot. First point of the second half in that free throw.
All right. Second free throw coming for Amaya Davison. Young lady, going to Washburn University. She hits them both. She'll play Division II basketball next year down in Topeka, Kansas. And it's Roosevelt by 1, 30-29. 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining, third quarter from the Dowling gym tonight. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo with you in game 1. It's been back and forth. Roosevelt by 11, Dowling by 2. In the lane, Moore, pull-up jumper, no good. Gipple with the offensive glass, put back up and no good, and she drew the foul. And this is just the 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. I can't wait for the fourth quarter. Foul on Roosevelt.
Emma's keeping everything alive. I mean, I'm not keeping offensive rebounds, but my goodness, that has to be at least 10 offensive rebounds.
Gipple's averaging a double-double a game. That's points and rebounds. But has to work on her free throw shooting. She misses the first free throw. She was a 44% free throw shooter on the year. And she is now 3 of 5 tonight at the line. Second one coming. Gipple, one of 8 seniors on this Dowling roster. Second one good. So Gipple with 16 points. And substitutions now with both teams. They're going to send out Amaya Davison, who's been Roosevelt's leading scorer. She's on the bench. A little pressure in the backcourt by Dowling. It's man-to-man. Breaking the press is Madison all the way down court. Layup is up and no good. Fouls on Moore. And Julia with her third foul. This might be a free throw fest. And Jimmy, if it comes down to that in the fourth quarter, both teams have not very good free throw shooters on the season collectively as a team.
And you're seeing it. I mean, you're looking at the free throw shooting right now. A lot of empty free throws throughout this game and even in the second half.
First free throw, no good. And that is Ariana Jackson missing the front end of a two-shot foul. Second one coming. Jackson tonight with 4 points. She had a three-pointer in the second quarter and a free throw. She's 1 for 3 at the line, make it 2 out of 4. But the second one is good. She has 5 points. And it's 31-30. Now a steal by Roosevelt. R.E. Johnson with the steal. Leaves it for Jackson, and now Roosevelt's team catches up. Costly turnover in the backcourt, we'll see. Madison with it. Over to Twelmeyer, who's in for Roosevelt. It's Peyton Twelmeyer, the 5'5 sophomore. 31-30, Roosevelt by 1. 2 minutes remaining, and now a whistle and a foul called on Moore, I believe. Nope. It'll be on
Ava Zedeker.
Zedeker, her third.
You know, I was going to say up until that point, the defense on Ariana Jackson has been tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Switching up with Ava Zedeker and Marr Heller, doing a great job back and forth and keeping her down currently just to 4 points in the entire game.
Heller just picked up her third foul. So Heller, Zedeker, Julia Moore, Lauren Frericks, all with 3 fouls each for Dowling. It's a 16 foul on the Maroons. For Roosevelt, let's go down their fouls. R.E. Johnson with 3. Gabby Dwanyan with 4. And I believe that's it. Cheatham has 2 fouls and Jackson with 1 for the Riders. Maya Davison with 1 and Ewing with 1. All right. Now we've got turnover. A turnover by the Riders on the inbounds pass.
On the inbounds pass. You've just seen the tempo of the defense that Dowling's playing, the intensity there, forcing the turnovers.
All right, here's Zedeker with it for Dowling. Minute 50 remaining in the third quarter. Roosevelt by 1 in this girls' contest. Number 5, Roosevelt. Number 11, Dowling in Class 5A. Non-conference game in the CIML. Zedeker in the lane. Shot no good. Who else but Gipple with the rebound on the offensive side? And she misses the shot, but she's fouled. They're going to say out of bounds. It'll be Roosevelt foul on Kiela Madison. Maroons will inbound the ball underneath their own basket to the left. Dowling throws the ball in. Here's Gipple with it. Dribbles to the elbow. Stops. It does a Euro step. Shot no good. And rebound Roosevelt. Jackson with the rebound. A foul on Gipple. That'll be a one-on-one.
One-on-one
Jackson
early.
will go for the free throw line. So Emma picks up her third foul. And we got a timeout by Dowling. I believe this will be a full. So we'll take one ourselves. Minute 30 remaining here in the third quarter. It's Roosevelt 31, Dowling 30 in this girls contest. From the Dowling Gym, this is Mark Hamadil along with Jimmy Cataldo. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. At the free throw line is Ariana Jackson, and she has 2 free throws coming. Hits the first after the Dowling foul on Emma Gipple, her third. Our score is 32-30. Roosevelt by 2, make it Roosevelt by 3 as Jackson hits the second free throw. She now has 7 points tonight. And it's 33-30, Roosevelt by 3. Dowling with the basketball. Minute 20 remaining in the third quarter. Mark Hamadil, Jimmy Cataldo, and game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. Here's Gipple all the way down the lane. Layup good. No help defense that time by
Gipple getting the ball away, but
Ewing.
The three-point arc. Finding a little crease to the middle, taking it hard, finishing at the rim.
And Gipple with 18 points. Here's Roosevelt with the ball. This is the Riders. Kiela Madison gets it up top. The key to R.E. Johnson to Jackson in the lane. Scoop shot no good. Ball slapped away and retrieved by Twelmeyer. Riders with it. This is Madison with it. all the way in the lane, stops, kicks it out. Jackson for three, it's short. Rebound, Dowling, and a foul called. Nice hustle that time by Macy Downing in there, the senior, and she'll go to the line for her free throws. Fouls on Roosevelt. That'll be on R.E. Johnson, her fourth.
That's a big foul on R.E. Johnson. She's been playing tremendous defense against Ava Zedeker throughout the game, containing her throughout their offensive sets. Now she's going to have to go to the bench.
Yeah, and how about Johnson or Macy Downing getting in there, the senior, and she played a little bit in that first half, but this is a big spot for her. Macy has not attempted the free throw this year. First one up and rolls off the rim, no good. Front of a 1-and-1. That's both teams with 17 fouls. Rebound, Roosevelt. They've lobbed in the front court. Here's Madison. Over to who else? Ewing for three, and it's good.
First made basket by Roosevelt in the entire second half.
And the second three for Ewing. She's got 8 points. 36-32, Riders by 4. 10 seconds remaining. Dowling with the ball on the baseline. Here's Downing with it. In the corner it goes to Frericks. 1 second. Three-pointer no good by Downing at the buzzer. And we go to the fourth quarter with Roosevelt leading 36-32. We'll take a break as we go to quarter number 4 here in this girls 5A matchup. It's Roosevelt 36, Dowling 32. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. How can I know the Bible is true? There was once this really smart guy named St. Augustine of Hippo. That's right, Hippo. He said, "I would not believe the gospel if the authority of the Catholic Church did not move me to do so." He learned that the Bible was true in the same way that we learn most things. Someone he trusted told him. Most people have not split an atom. No one alive saw the Battle of Thermopylae nor has ever set foot on the 16 moons of Jupiter. But we believe in these because someone who knows better than us has told us about them. St. Augustine knew that the Catholic Church was founded on the apostles, who had died horrible deaths rather than deny that their friend Jesus Christ was God, risen from the dead and present in the Eucharist. And that living witness made him believe, as it did for the Gentiles, for every Christian in history, and it will do the same for you. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Roosevelt Dowling game here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Jimmy, what do you have with Roosevelt leading by 4?
You look at the third quarter shooting. Roosevelt, not very effective, going 0 for 5 from 2, 1 for 3 from 3, just one made shot in the entire third quarter.
All right. Riders had the first possession, and a left-handed layup good by Zaire Ewing. And she's got the last 5 Roosevelt points on that layup.
Dowling going 2 of 7 from 2, 2 of 5 from 3, cutting the lead from 5 to 4.
Whistle to foul on Roosevelt. That'll be on Jackson. Ariana with her second foul. Free throws coming for Dowling. That'll be Zedeker. Zedeker with 12 points. 38-32 Roosevelt. First free throw on the front end of a 1-and-1, no good, and a loose ball foul on Dowling. As climbing the back was Lauren Frericks, and she picked up her 4th foul.
Just not a very good foul by Lauren there. She was blocked out. Trying to make something out of nothing there, and forces a foul and puts them on the line.
Roosevelt trying to snap a 6-game losing streak to Dowling. Right now they lead by 6 here in the fourth quarter, and now we've got free throws coming. Loose ball foul, and it's a 1-and-1 for Zaire Ewing, who had 5 points at halftime. She now has 5 more here in the second half for 10. And the first free throw good, the front of a 1-and-1. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Dental Associates and Mercy One. Both teams with 18 fouls as we start the fourth quarter. Second free throw good by Ewing. So she's got 12 points. It's 40-32. Ryder lead back to 8. Dowling the other way. Shot no good by Zedeker. And rebounded by Trinity Cheatham back in there. Cheatham dribbles in the front court. Leaves it for Madison. Kiela dribbles in the lane. Dribbles in the lane. Shot no good. Rebound Dowling. Ellie Olsen in there, the senior with the rebound. After she defended her, here's more. Julia down the lane. Kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way for Dowling. No good. Rebound. Who else? Gipple underneath, layup good by Moore, the assist to Gipple.
Gipple keeping the ball alive, backside rebounds. Told ever since I was young, always get to the backside of the rebound.
4 points for Moore. Long three, no good by Cheatham, and a loose ball foul. And a jump ball call to be Dowling basketball as Ewing followed the shot, and she tied up the Dowling defender. It'll be Maroon basketball here, Jimmy.
You know, it's very up-tempo. You know, you think that you're trying to find a little bit of rhythm in the fourth quarter, set the tempo, but up and down right now with a couple empty turnovers.
Dowling outscoring Roosevelt 13-8 in that third quarter after Roosevelt outscored Dowling 15-6 in the second quarter. And, oh, by the way, the teams played to a 13-13 tie at the end of one, so it's been one team getting hot in each quarter. 40-34, Roosevelt by 6 over Dowling here in the fourth quarter. Here's Moore, backs in the left side, tries to kick it out, and we got traveling called on Julia. Once she picked up her dribble and tried to kick it out, she put up her pivot foot.
Fantastic job taking the ball to the rim. Great help defense by Roosevelt, stopping Julia on the drive, and then got caught and didn't have a way out.
So Roosevelt with the basketball, leading by 6. They'll run their dribble reeve, and this is Davison. She's gilded the travel. Instead of running the weave, Davison wanted to kick it back up and try to score from the left elbow, and she traveled. Called by the officials who have had their hands full, Steve Russell, Dwayne Duncan, and James Lyons. Great job out of them tonight. They'll be around for the boys' game to follow, in which we will have here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Steve DeVinny will sit where you're at, Mr. Cataldo.
Filling shoes for Steve DeVinny. Did a fantastic job with girls' radio over the several years. Him transitioning over to the boys should be fun.
Well, that's due to your golf buddy, Mr. Swaim, on a retirement mode right now for the moment. And now in the lane, a shot no good by Triton, but she drew the foul and get 2 free throws. And she hit the floor hard again. Foul will be on Roosevelt. That'll be on Ewing, her second.
Aggressive play by these young Dowling girls, and you got to love it. I mean, you know, seeing these freshmen
when you're playing
after it.
When you're playing that club ball, as you know, you're playing against older kids most of the time, or you're playing up. Free throw no good. The only thing that's different, you're playing in front of your student body and your parents in a gym setting instead of a rec setting. Triton's free throw no good. Second one is good. That's her first point of the night. Layla Triton, 5'8" freshman. 40-35, Roosevelt by 5. 5:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter at the Dowling Gym. Glad you could join us tonight. Place is getting packed. We're starting to come in for the end of this game and for the boys' game. The ball loose on the floor, and Gipple ties up Zaire Ewing, and it'll be Roosevelt basketball, alternate possession. Hard to believe, Jimmy, 1 year from now, we will have a shot clock nationally in high school basketball. Will it be a 35-second shot clock? Will it be a 40-second? Will it be reset after a kick ball? They haven't decided yet.
It'll be an incredible change.
But we won't need it for this game. We certainly haven't tonight, have we? There'll be 2-for-1s at the end of quarters.
You think back to the many years of Dowling basketball and the Bob and Sharon Hansen days. What would they have thought about a shot clock?
Well, there's a few coaches remaining from that era. Scott DeYoung at Ankeny, Centennial, who we'll see here next, I think in February, Dowling travels up there. There's some coaches that would like to, slow it down a little bit, but yeah, shot clock.
You look at those teams that like to do the up-tempo, the Johnstons.
Oh, yeah. The Valleys.
The Valleys, probably will do a great job with the transition.
What we say about Coach Guess, the two-time state champion there in the last 10 years at Waukee, he could do a little bit of both. He can slow it down, but he can also go up-tempo. Now out of the timeout, it was a 30-second timeout. Roosevelt with the ball, a shot no good. Is Dowling went to, it's not a zone. Nope, never mind. Haven't seen a zone tonight, still haven't. Riders with it. Here is Roosevelt with the ball, and Cheatham coming around a ball string, and a ball player control foul on the Riders.
Foul on Ewing. I believe that's her third
foul on her. And now the Maroons inbound the ball to Zedeker. 5:20 remaining. Roosevelt by 5. Dowling with the basketball. Maroons going left to right towards the north basket. Zedeker off balance. Layup in the lane. No good. Ball retrieved by Triton. And a timeout called by Dowling. And Triton saved the possession. How about that?
Tremendous timeout by Dowling. Triton was starting to fall out of bounds after a forced shot by Ava Zedeker. And have we not called that timeout, that's a turnover.
So Dowling retains possession. The Maroons will throw it in after this 30-second timeout. I want to thank Skeffington's Formal Wear and the Catholic Tuition Organization for supporting our broadcast all season long here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. This is our 45th year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic sports. As we want to thank all our supporters of Dowling Catholic sports. It started back during your season there, Mr. Cataldo, during the football season. And, of course, I want to thank all the folks from Roosevelt. Of course, the one and only Charles Sanders, the athletic director, Morgan Schoenberg, Adam Daly, the coaches, and everybody from the Rider program for helping with our broadcast tonight. Dowling inbounds the ball, and we've got a jump ball called on the loose ball. It was Moore battling, I think, with Davison, and they're going to tie it up, and they'll be Dowling possession at the 5-minute mark here, Jimmy. And again, back to our conversation about shot clock. Haven't needed it tonight in the girls' game, and probably won't in the boys. Down court, shot up, and they're going to wipe it off. It's good. That's Triton. Layla got the ball to fall, but they call the foul beforehand on Roosevelt. And the whistle of the Riders on R.E. Johnson. She's just fouled out with 4 points.
It's a big foul on someone who's been playing tremendous defense on some of our top players.
That's 5 fouls on R.E. Given name Ariana Johnson, the 5'7" junior. Coach said call her R.E. So we did, except you.
I did.
You caught late. You missed the pregame meeting, by the way. Oh, you were watching your son play. That's right, the sophomore boys. How'd they do tonight? They win?
They did. They're off to a 2-0 start. Very athletic team.
Okay.
One sophomore playing up, Joey Coppola. But they got a very, very nice class.
All right, free throws coming for Triton. How's that Zach Nicholson and Stevie Sarcone doing coaching those?
Those two, I love seeing it. I coach with Zach Nicholson football, and Stevie Sarcone coming back to Dowling has been a great thing for us as a staff.
And second free throw, no good. So Triton goes 1 for 2. Rebound, Roosevelt. Riders come away with Dwanyan with the rebound. Gabby gets it out to Ewing, and the Riders now in the front court with it. 40-36, Roosevelt by 4. 4 minutes, 43 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter from the Dowling gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo tonight for the folks listening, however you listen, radio, iPhone, computer. Glad to have you along. Our next broadcast will be 1 week from tonight, Dowling Valley, right here at the Dowling gym. Hope you join us for that. Dowling boys play tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the number 1 ranked team in the state of Iowa in Class 4A, Council Bluffs Lincoln. And now a pull-up jumper good in the baseline by Roosevelt to Maya Davison. And she's getting my vote for the MVP here.
She's tremendous dribble drive. Stop and pop, really hard 10-foot shot. Hit nothing but net. Huge shot in the fourth quarter.
All right, Dowling the other way. A long three. It's no good by Heller. Ball out of bounds to Roosevelt. A long rebound that bounced all the way to half court. So the Riders now will inbound the ball. Leading by 6 with 4 minutes remaining.
This is when every possession becomes critical. You're getting, closer and closer to that 3-minute mark.
10 team fouls on Roosevelt, 8 on Dowling. So Maroons in the double bonus. Long three, it's short by Dwanyan. The ball goes out of bounds to Dowling. It was tipped out of bounds, I believe, by either Jackson or Ewing. It'll be Dowling basketball. Roosevelt going to press.
Roosevelt pressing up, pushing Dowling and some of the youth. See how they handle it.
Inbound the ball to Zedeker, and Roosevelt will back up. It was a man-to-man press. We haven't seen any zone tonight.
Nope.
It's not the girls' contest. Here's Heller in the front court for Dowling. Marr and Heller, 5'4" freshman. Here's a shot off the glass, good by Julia Moore. When it comes to the left side with the left hand, it's Moore. Now traveling in the backcourt on Roosevelt, and this is a 4-point game, and now Dowling possession.
Huge 2 possession. Julia Moore, they were begging her to go to her right, but Julia stayed with her left, her dominant side, finishing at the hoop. Tremendous basket by her.
Scouting reports tell that, but Sometimes they're not read or remembered. Dowling with the ball after the turnover. Here's Zediker, and her pass by Heller is thrown away by Ariana Jackson, and she's fouled by Zediker, and free throws coming. That'll be a 1-and-1.
Certainly not the pass you're looking for. Coach Meyer, critical time, given a good coaching moment.
Zediker with her fourth foul. 1-and-1 coming up for the Riders. And Dowling with some substitutions. Zediker will check out. She'll be an offense-defense player now.
Yes.
You do that in football, don't you? Offense, defense.
No. Find your best 11 defenders. Find your best 11 offensive kids.
Even though they're
sometimes they're the same kid.
Even though they're the same person. All right. I want to be clear. Free throw good by Jackson. She now has, I have her down for 8 points now. Second free throw good. Jackson's made her last 5 free throws, has 9 points. And it's 44-38, Roosevelt by 6. Corner three, up good. How about that?
Huge basket by the freshman.
That is a huge shot. She's got 5
points.
Corner. Roosevelt by 3, 44-41 on the freshman Layla Triton's corner three from the right wing, right in front of Father Ryan Andrew. Now Roosevelt in the lane, a shot no good. That is Jackson with the miss. They kick it out for 3. It's short. That is Madison with the miss. Dowling with the rebound, and Gipple comes up with a huge defensive rebound.
Good block out by Emma.
Now here's Heller with it. Roosevelt trying to force a 10-second backcourt violation. They don't. They get it up to Julia Moore. Julia works the right side. They'll let her go right. Tries to kick in the corner, can't. Leaves it for Triton in the baseline. Pull-up jumper, good! The basket counts. Triton hits the floor, and she'll go to the free throw line. And Dowling is 1 point away from tying this up.
What a huge baseline move by Triton.
Layla Triton with 7 points, all in the fourth quarter, and she has an and one coming. 44-43 Roosevelt with 2:19 remaining here, Jimmy.
Gabby Dewan, I say that right, fouls out. We talked about how fouls are going to be critical.
Free throw good. And we're tied at 44. Dwanyan fouls out with no points at the 2:17 mark of the fourth. Second player for Roosevelt to foul out. Riders with it. Dowling stays man-to-man. 2 minutes remaining. And now a steal. It was tipped by Heller, the freshman, in the hands of her teammate Triton. And here's Dowling the other way. Tied at 44. Dowling with the possession.
Yeah,
both teams with 2 timeouts, and we've got what?
5 second.
5 second call on the Maroons.
Yep. Heller got caught up top. Coach Meyer talking to her a little bit about, passing the ball, moving the ball around.
Heller, Zediker, freshman, in front of this stage. Look at the gym. It's packed.
It is packed.
Later, right, and there's still more coming in that can't get in. Great student bodies here. Roosevelt and Dowling tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Tied at 44, minute 40 remaining. Corner three, no good by the Riders. That was Jackson with the miss, but the offensive rebound, Roosevelt. Riders keep possession. They go right to left towards the south basket, which is packed with people on both doors. And now we've got carrying the basketball on Roosevelt. Amaya Davidson, for like the third time tonight, has palmed the basketball.
This has been a well-officiated game across the board. Really good call on the palming. See what Dowling does with a minute 20 left in the game. Tied. Do they hold? Do they wait for the shot? Wouldn't the shot clock be interesting at this point in the game?
2 for 1, whatever that is at 30 to 35 seconds. They're discussing that for next year. Here's Gipple. And avoids contact. Now goes down the lane. Shot with the right hand. Up and short. Drew the foul and she'll go to the free throw line. And a foul on Roosevelt. That'll be on Amaya Davidson, her second.
You got to love to see a senior want the ball in her hand late in a tied game. Certainly had a chance to kick it out, but took it all the way. Drawing foul.
Gipple with 18 points. She'll get 2 free throws here. First free throw, good. Tonight's game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic and Construction Professional. Second free throw, good. She hits them both. She's got 20 points to lead Dowling. And it's 46-44, Dowling by 2. This is the Maroons' largest lead. They've equaled it back in the first half.
They've moved. Frericks, offensive foul.
We got an illegal screen on the baseline by Davison. She set a screen, Jimmy, for Jackson, and they get her for the player control foul.
Wow. Certainly the Roosevelt crowd just doesn't agree with it, but I thought, looking at the whole time, this was a great call. I was looking at Frericks face guarding Jackson.
Now Roosevelt, full court pressure. Dowling breaks it. Maroons in the front court. Frericks dribbles it in. They get it to Zedeker. Dowling by 2, and now a foul called with 51 seconds remaining. A reaching foul on Davison, and that's her fourth. Roosevelt fans sitting amongst us, not agreeing. And the freshman Zedeker going to the free throw line. She has 12 points tonight. First free throw, good. Wow. You don't get too big of a stage in AAU basketball for that, sir.
Nope. A lot of confidence in that shot. No hesitation.
Second one coming, 51 seconds. Dowling by 3. It's good. Dowling by 4. 48-44 Maroons. 50 seconds remaining. Roosevelt in the front court. Madison with it. Underneath. A shot blocked by Gipple. Into the hands of Dowling. It's taken away by Triton. Now to Zedeker, and she's fouled in the backcourt by Ewing. That's her fourth foul.
Tremendous help by Gipple coming across the lane.
Gipple with a huge block. And now these youngsters have got to calm themselves down. So the seniors. We got Gipple and Moore out there. Frericks, a junior, and now a timeout called by Roosevelt. Free throws will be coming for Zedeker again. 48-44 Dowling with just under a minute to play. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadeo. And this is execution time. Roosevelt down to 1 timeout. Dowling has 2.
We talked about it at the beginning of the game, right? Roosevelt is not deep in their bench. Fouls would be huge. Dowling could really push the play, draw fouls, force them to go deeper in the bench, what they don't like to do. Certainly has paid off for Dowling here in the second half, with 2 girls fouling out in Johnson and Dewanian.
Yep. R.E. Johnson and Gabby Dewanian both foul out for Roosevelt.
Also talked at the beginning of the game, Danner having a great plan on how they're going to guard Jackson. He's mixed up Heller, he's mixed up Frericks, he's mixed up Zedeker on her, all the time face guarding Jackson, forcing every time she shoot the ball a hand in her face, and it's worked.
37 seconds remaining. Now, when they do the timeouts, a lot of these schools, they tell you how many seconds are left. They just wind down the timing, so we didn't know. It's 37 seconds. Zedeker, first free throw, good. She is, I'm not going to put the FOSH on her.
We'll talk about it after the shot.
She now has 15 points. I'll just say that. Second free throw, good. She's 4 for 4 at the line.
Coach Jimmy in the last minute and 20 seconds.
She's made her last 5 free throws. 16 points for Zedeker. Roosevelt in the front court, Dowling by 6. This is their largest lead of the night. Riders will launch a 3. It's off the mark, no good. That was by Ewing, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we got a jump ball call to be Roosevelt possession. So the Riders will inbound the ball. Zedeker, Moore, Gipple, Triton. And now a long 3. It's no good by Jackson, but she's fouled by Dowling. The foul will be on Frericks, and she's fouled out with no points. Lauren Frericks, the 5'10 junior, fouling out with no points.
Prior to that shot, you can tell the Dowling coaches, telling the girls, no foul, no foul. You can't fault Lauren Frericks on that. I mean, she's trying to fight through a pick and contest the shot. Got caught.
All right, 19 seconds remaining, and there'll be 3 free throws coming. Dowling's lead is 6. And this will be Ariana Jackson, the Iowa State recruit, shooting 3. First one is good. Nice game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Our thanks to Mercy One and Dental Associates. Second one is good. She'll get one more.
I've seen a lot of composure out of a top-rated player there, stepping up. Nothing but net on those two.
11 points now for Ariana Jackson. The third free throw is good. 12 points for Jackson unofficially. And a timeout. This will be a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves. 19 seconds remaining. 50-47. Dowling by 3 over Roosevelt here in the girls contest. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio needs you, whether it's assisting with events, answering the phone, distributing yard signs, or being a parish ambassador. Iowa Catholic Radio depends on you to help connect listeners with Christ. Email contact@iowacatholicradio.com to get involved.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Jim Cataldo, Mark Amadeo. As a foul in the backcourt as Roosevelt forced the foul. 50-47 Dowling leading this girls contest with just under 14 seconds remaining and a foul called on the Riders. And that'll be on Ariana Jackson, her third, sending Zedeker to the free throw line. Both teams have a timeout left here, Jimmy. Zedeker's free throw is good.
Clutch.
17 points for the freshman. Ava Zedeker, her and Marr and Heller, two freshmen running the point for Dowling. Second free throw, good. Rolls around and falls through. 18 points for Zedeker. She's hit her last 7 free throws. 52-47, Dowling by 5. A running jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound, Roosevelt. And a long three up, off the mark, no good by Cheatham. And a whistle and a loose ball foul on the Riders. That'll be on Madison. And Julia Moore will go to the free throw line for 2.
You know, it was just a possession you didn't need a foul on. You know, everything you want to do is at the rim. Rebound. Let the clock run out.
What a mixture of players. Moore, a junior. Heller, a freshman. Zedeker, a freshman. To go along with Gipple, a senior. And Triton, a freshman. Free throw no good by Julia. She is just 36% at the line for the season. And she has 6 points tonight, all field goals. Second free throw coming. And the left-hander, off the mark, no good. And that'll do it. Final score, Dowling 52, Roosevelt 47. The Maroons extend their winning streak to 7 games over the Riders after a 2-year layoff. As Dowling wins game 1, 52-47. So 11th ranked Dowling upsets number 5 Roosevelt in Class 5A. And what a battle it was. I know we're going to add up the numbers here. Congratulations to head coach Kristen Meyer and the Dowling Maroons as they improve their record to 5-0 on the season. They're ranked 11th in Class 5A until the rankings come out this Thursday. Roosevelt falls to 1-2 on the season, losing to number 1 Johnston Tuesday night and losing to number 11 Dowling tonight. The Riders' record again 1-2. Jimmy,
it's a huge effort by a young, inexperienced team, but you know you see senior leadership step up. Emma Gipple, tremendous job on both the offense and defensive rebounds, was a huge difference in this game. And I also believe that you look at the defensive effort on Ariana Jackson, keeping her down to 11 points. Most of that was contained throughout the game. And you add those two things up, and you get a heck of a win by a young Dowling girl group.
Well, you certainly do, and the Maroons now with 2 players in double figures, led by Emma Gipple, the 5'10 senior, with 20 points tonight. She probably had another double-double rebounding-wise. She was in there for the offensive defensive class. And how about Ava Zediker, the freshman, the 5'9" freshman with 18 points?
A lot of her points come in the second half. A lot of them at the free throw line when the game's on the line, stepping up. I don't believe she missed a free throw in that fourth quarter. Dowling shooting in the entire second half, 14 to 23 from the free throw line. So certainly, not great, but certainly effective at the free throw line. But you look at the second half of Roosevelt, most of their points coming from the free throw line, 12 of 15, which is pretty good. But then you look at their field goal percentage, they go 2 of 9 from 2-point range, and then just one out of 9 from 3 all in the second half. Just 3 field goals in the second half of Roosevelt.
All right, final score. It was the Dowling girls knocking off Roosevelt 52-47 here in Game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. We'll come back with our post-game show for wrap-up Game 1 alongside Jim Cataldo. I'm Mark Amadale. Jeff Piggott is our studio producer tonight at Iowa Catholic Radio. We thank Jeff for sitting in and do all the stuff he does. We'll be back with our post-game show to wrap things up. We'll total up the numbers here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, the Catholic Church is just out of touch? It's going to have to change if it ever hopes to be relevant in today's world. But G.K. Chesterton says, we do not need a church that will move with the world. We need a church that will move the world. It's not that the church has to change, it's that the world has to change, and it's up to us as the church to change the world. That is the call to conversion. We don't convert the world by giving into it. Chesterton says, the world is converted by the saint that contradicts it most. I guess that explains why in an age that worships money, sex, and power, the most influential woman in the modern world was a tiny little nun taking care of the sick and dying in the streets of Calcutta. Want more than a minute? Visit chesterton.org.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio. 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines. 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines. 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Jim Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Final score in Game 1. It was the Dowling girls 52-47 victors over Roosevelt. And Jimmy, one thing I noticed before we get to our numbers, we were tied at 13 at the end of the first quarter. Roosevelt outscores Dowling 15-6 in the second quarter. Riders lead by 9 at halftime, 29-18. Second half, third quarter, Dowling girls outscore Roosevelt 13-8. They cut it to 4. Roosevelt led 36-32 going into the fourth quarter. Dowling girls outscore Riders 20-11 in the fourth quarter to win it 52-47. That is a turnabout. That second half for the Maroon Gals, this young team, against a very experienced Roosevelt team with 3 starters back from last year. Very impressive on their home floor and their home opener.
You just look at the adjustments. You take what you're getting in the first half. Coach Danner, Coach Meyer, at halftime, you're probably adjusting what their game plan was coming in, and then forcing the issue in the second half. You go to the foul line early in the second half, becomes a free throw contest. But defensively, you look at that second half for Dowling, and they truly they controlled the pace of everything. They face guarded Ariana Jackson, made it very, very tough for their top scorer to shoot the ball. But then you look at what we did offensively, or what Dowling did offensively, in the young freshmen, in Ava Zediker, along with Emma Gipple. You certainly see Julia Moore, and then some huge shots by Lauren, Layla Triton, taking the ball on the baseline, hitting a three-pointer from the corner. Just an outstanding job by a couple young freshmen, but superior leadership out of your returning starters in Moore and Gipple.
No question about it. And let's take a look at the scoring. You got your numbers all totaled up, or do you need to
This is very unofficial.
Well, it's supposed to be official. I mean, the guy in the striped shirt there, Mr. Oddie, is the official guy. But you are kind of the backup in case, like, the lights go out or something,
So very unofficial. I have Dowling, from the field goal range, 13 of 22 for the game. 3-point shots certainly wasn't and hasn't been a great percentage for Dowling, just shooting 3 of 13 from 3-point range from Dowling, but certainly got a lot of their points in the second half at the free throw line, making 14 shots out of 23. Roosevelt, on the other hand, certainly tale of two tapes. You look at the first half, made most of their shots. Second half, really couldn't throw it into the ocean. Finishing the game, their 2-point field goals, 7 of 17. 3-point from the 3-point arc, just 6 of 21. You look at the defensive effort that the girls gave Roosevelt tonight. Certainly, it's shown in the second half, and really contested a lot of their shots.
All right, and I'll give you the final score before we wrap it up. DeVinny's over to your stage right, and he'll be joining. He's got people here he knows. Jimmy, he'll be right there.
Veteran.
Let's take a look at the Roosevelt scoring. The Riders were led by Amaya Davison with 14 points. They had 3 players in double figures. She was the first. The second was Zaire Ewing with 12 points, as did Ariana Jackson with 12 points. 5 points for Kiela Madison. Off the bench, R.E. Johnson with 4 points. She fouled out with just under 5 minutes to play. Gabby Dwanyan, another starter, did not score. And off the bench, Peyton Twelmeyer did not score for Roosevelt. Riders went 15 of 23 at the free throw line for 65%. For Dowling Catholic, they were led by, as I mentioned, Emma Gipple with 20 points, 18 points for the freshman Ava Zedeker, and then rounding out scoring for Dowling, 8 points for Layla Triton, all in the fourth quarter, and 6 points for Julia Moore. Lauren Frericks, another starter, did not score. Macy Downing off the bench did not score, and neither did Ellie Jackson. Dowling went 18 of 27 at the free throw line for 66%. That was certainly better coming in. They were averaging just 51% from the line. Roosevelt shot better at the free throw line also. They were 65%, and they came to tonight shooting 58%. So Dowling goes to 5-0 in the season, ranked number 11 in 5A. Roosevelt falls to 1-2. And I want to thank both coaches, Morgan Shortberg, her 6th year at Roosevelt, and Coach Meyer, Kristen Meyer at Dowling, her 6th year, which was supposed to be our halftime guest of the boys' game. So hope she sticks around. Jimmy, thanks for doing this. It's been a while. Last time I remember you on the air for doing color was Harlan, Iowa, when little Mia might be a sophomore, freshman or sophomore?
She was a sophomore, I believe. Marr Daniels hits a game-winning shot in Harlan.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
The place erupted.
All right. Well, thanks, Jimmy. We'll talk to you next Friday night. It'll be Valley Dowling,
That's a game
Valley
that we're most excited for. I mean, you look, the schedule just gets a little bit tougher, and certainly girls basketball in Central Iowa.
Bring your A game. All right. Jimmy Cattell will help me out. We'll take a break, come back. Steve DeVinny, the legend, is here, the Hall of Famer from Marshalltown. Speaking of Marshalltown, we'll be back after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Again, the final, the Dowling girls knocking off Roosevelt 52-47 in Game 1. Boys game coming up, and we'll preview that with Steve DeVinny. This is Mark Amadale from the Dowling Gym here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
This is Matt Wilkham, Executive Director for Iowa Catholic Radio. As 2021 draws to a close and we celebrate 15 years on the air, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for all those who've sacrificed and given so much to make it happen. Now it's time to make sure Iowa Catholic Radio gets a strong start for the next year. Please consider a tax-deductible year-end gift. Call 515-223-1150 or donate online at iowacatholicradio.com. Donations must be postmarked by December 31st. Thank you.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale as we get set for game number 2 here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. It is Roosevelt and Dowling, the boys contest. And, boy, what a matchup we just got done with in the girls game. The Dowling girls winning over Roosevelt 52-47 to extend their winning streak now to 7 in a row over the Riders. And we're joined by the Hall of Famer at Grandview. Certainly should be a Hall of Famer at Marshalltown, where the Dowling team was at last Tuesday night, and that's Steve DeVinny joining me. And, Steve, we gave you the late-night shift. I know you're used to doing the 6:15 girls game, and you and Tracy heading to the happy hours across the metro. But now we're going to put you on the late shift, something you're comfortable with Swamer retiring. We move you right up, and you coach these boys, so why not have you here? Welcome, Steve DeVinny, and glad to have you back.
I feel like can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, okay. You're good. You're good.
I feel like Gene Bartow, the guy that took over for John Wooden. I can't fill Swamer's shoes. You know that. I hope Swamer's listening.
Gee,
but I'll do the best I can.
That is awesome. You bring that reference to this. Were you entertained in that girls' game with all those freshmen out
really
there?
Really nice effort. Nice athleticism by the kids. They really played hard, both ends of the floor.
Sure.
And that's a good Roosevelt team they beat. So that's a good win.
It certainly is. And looking forward to this contest with Dowling and Roosevelt and the boys. Both teams are 0-1. Both teams played their first game Tuesday night. Roosevelt losing to a very fine Johnson team, 78-49 at the Roosevelt Gym Tuesday. But the Riders bring that experience. We talked to Coach Clay Fieldking in his first year at Dowling. He said, hey, they got the experience. Patton, King, and Williams are all four-year starters in essence, and you kind of fill in. And they're the veteran of this group tonight.
Yeah, no, you can't. There's no substitute for that experience. So that'll be a tough challenge again for the boys tonight. But Roosevelt against Johnston that opening night. Johnston second in the state last year, and 3 or 4 of their guys returning. So there's no shame in losing that game. And I heard Clay talk at halftime of the girls' game, and just the fact that so many of the Dowling boys on the basketball team also played football. That's been the same for the last 40 years. But it'll take the Maroons a little bit of while to get used to the new coaching and the new system that Clay's trying to implement. But I know they'll play hard.
Yeah, the Maroons losing at Marshalltown in overtime with this group who, we talked about a little bit, Steve, that this Dowling team, you look at them, probably not a whole lot of combined 10 minutes. The one and only Charles Anders in our presence.
Yep.
And, those kids didn't get a whole lot of, playing time last year. Carson Brown, Quincy Ferguson were on the roster along with the Stewart twins.
Yep.
Charlie and Ben,
yep.
And that's it. And they got some, time, but Dowling, I think, graduated 12 seniors last year, and a lot of them played. And
and a lot of them were 6'7", right? I mean,
that went out the door too.
Lost all of our height.
Yeah, but it is what it is, and here we are. So that's the challenge for the Maroons. But I like some of the effort. You look back at Marshalltown, Charlie Stewart, 19 points. You know what it reminds me of? Reminds me of Matt Stillwell. Dribble drive, likes to shoot.
Yeah.
Had trouble at the free throw line. That could be a problem. You're just 2 for 8 at the free throw line. And you lose by 1 point in overtime. So, woulda, coulda.
Yep.
You know all about that roundhouse floor. I know they've renovated it since your time there.
Yep.
But that's a tough place to play, no matter if George Funk's coaching there or whoever.
Yeah.
It's one of those times, but
no, it's
Marshalltown with the win.
It's one of the few high school facilities in the state, Mark, that's 94 feet. It's a college-length court.
Always
used to be a good home court advantage for us back in the day because every other court that these kids play on is 84 feet long.
Right.
So used to be able to wear teams out, but that probably wasn't the difference the other night. It was just could have gone either way, and unfortunately it went the way of the Bobcats.
Well, let's take a look at we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with starting Lennis alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Hamadale. Boys game coming up, Dowling and Roosevelt. And game one, it was the Dowling girls, 52-47 winner over Roosevelt. We'll be back with the starters for the boys game in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
The natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him, and neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. That is why those who share that Spirit understand one another so readily. To try to teach people about Christ and the mysteries of our holy faith is almost like trying to teach a blind man color, unless those people are ready to receive the Spirit of Christ himself. Now, converts who take instruction come to know that Jesus is our Lord. Where do they learn it? From the Spirit. The Holy Spirit woos the soul, draws it to a closer fellowship, to more intimate union, becomes our sanctifier, just as the Father is our Creator and the Son is our Redeemer.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as Denny O'Grady, you can hear him in the background, introducing tonight's starting lineups. Let's do it. Let's also chime in. Let's start with Roosevelt. The head coach is Adam Daly in his third year, 13 wins, 28 losses. He's assisted by Rich Borgos, his college teammate up at DMAC, played for Earl Solomon. They both did, and Vince Hanna. And the Riders start at one guard, Jamison Patton, a 6'2 junior, averaging 14 points, 3 rebounds. They were number one. The other guard will be Sam King, a 6'4 junior, averaging 22 points, 6 rebounds. He is our leading scorer, wearing number 3. And at one forward, Max Cassini is a 6'5 senior. He'll wear number 13. And number 15, George Williams, 6'5 junior, a 3-year starter, averaging 6 points, leads the team with 9 rebounds on the season. And Ty Cooper is the 5th starter, a 5'10 guard, averaging 3 points, and he'll wear number 10. So it'll be Patton, King, along with Cooper, Cassini, and Williams, the 5 on the floor for Roosevelt. For Dowling Catholic, they'll start Carson Brown at one guard, a 6'2 senior, averaging 8 points, he'll wear number 2. Quincy Ferguson, a 5'9 senior, is the other guard, he'll wear number 4. At one forward, Charlie Stewart, 6'3 senior, averaging 19 points, he'll wear number 22. And Drew Marrell's the other forward, a 6-foot junior, averaging 6 points, he'll wear number 24. And at center, Mata Brua, 6'4 senior, defensive lineman. We called his number a few times during the football season. Amata will wear number 34. So it's Brua, Marrell, Stewart, Ferguson, and Brown, the 5 on the floor. And we're ready, Steve DeVinny, to start game 2.
Should be fun.
Dowling wins the tip. Mata Brewer tips into the front court to Carson Brown, and we're underway. Dowling going right to left towards the south basket to start the contest in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers. They work underneath. And the shot off the glass too strong. No good by Stewart. Charlie couldn't hit the shot, and the rebound out to Roosevelt.
Good execution. He got a nice post up there, just couldn't finish.
Now a long 3 coming up off the back iron, no good by Jamison Patton. Long rebound out to Roosevelt. And tracking it down is Ty Cooper, who gets the start tonight.
Both teams appear to be man-to-man mark early.
Cassini underneath and pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound, Mata Brua. Outlet pass stolen away, but stolen back by Dowling. Good job by Quincy Ferguson to keep the drive alive. Running 3 by Marrell is no good. A transition 3, rather, top of the key. And both teams come out with the lid on the basket. We played a minute. No score, Dowling and Roosevelt. Here's King for 3. Top of the key, missed everything, no good. Both teams trying to find their legs here, Coach.
Looks like Roosevelt wants to press a little bit, 3-quarter court, 2-2-1 zone.
Yeah, coming off that. We didn't see any zone in the girls' game. It was all man-to-man the whole game. Dowling with the ball. They're working across the timeline. This is Drew Morrow with it. Drew, a left-hander. Leaves it for Carson Brown. Underneath, Tamata. Brua with it. Turns. Gets it to Stewart. Charlie on the baseline. Cut off. Gets it over to Morrow for 3 in the corner. It's off the mark. No good. Mata Brua with the rebound. Underneath. His shot up and no good. Too strong, and the rebound Dowling, or rather Roosevelt and George Williams.
As we talked about in the pregame, you might see a little bit of that this year as these football players get back in basketball shape. They don't have that shooting touch quite yet.
All right, Roosevelt with the basketball in the front court. They go left to right towards the north basket. Illegal screen on Patton.
Yeah.
Jamison whistled for his first.
Yeah, he was moving.
And I could tell you from game 1, officials called that very well. Jamison wanted an explanation. Steve Russell, Dwayne Duncan, and James Lyons are 3-person officiating crew. I want to thank them for sticking around for game 2.
Yeah, Patton's a heck of an athlete there for Rosie.
Yep. He's getting some looks in football. Now here underneath is Stewart with the reverse layup. Good. How about that move by Charlie Stewart?
Yeah, good pass from Quincy. And Charlie finished in traffic. Used the basket as his shield.
He certainly did. And Dowling leading 2-0, and now a long three. It's no good by the Riders. Rebound out to Quincy Ferguson. As the other way we go, and the ball kicked out of bounds.
Good take.
2-0 Dowling here in the boys contest. You joined us late. Dowling girls knocking off number 5 Roosevelt, 52-47. Maroons inbound the ball as they get it to Ferguson. Over to Brua. Mata on the baseline. Turnaround shot, no good. Nice shot, nice look. Just overshot it.
Good look.
Roosevelt. Riders in transition. They look for a backdoor cut. Can't get it. Now pull-up jumper by George Williams, no good. Rebound Dowling and Carson Brown.
As warm as weather as we're having in early December, there's icicles in the gym tonight here.
And now traveling on Carson Brown. So the other way we go.
Here comes a couple subs off the bench. For the Maroons, 42, Pettis. The good defensive lineman for the Maroons. And
I called his number a lot this winter.
Oh, boy, what a great player. And then Joey Coppola, the sophomore, just checked in.
Yeah, he had a nice game, 10 points off the bench against Marshalltown, and they forced a turnover. Good job by the Dowling boys.
Nice double team by Drew Morrow. Yep.
And now the other way we go. In this contest, Dowling is 9-4 against Roosevelt going back to 2007. The Maroons have won 7 in a row in the boys matchup. So it's a non-division game. And now Stewart on the baseline. His shot no good with the right hand. The rebound out to Roosevelt.
He can get to the rim. He's shown that 3 or 4 times early.
Yes, he has.
Hasn't finished very many yet, just the one of them. But, boy, he can get in there.
Roosevelt with the basketball. Lob it inside. Williams does. As he gets it to Cassini. And now a shot no good by Ty Cooper for Roosevelt. Rebound Dowling. Maroons on the other way with it. Coppola leaves it for Drew Morrow, and he draws a foul as he attacks the glass from the top of the key. Foul will be on Roosevelt, and that'll be on Ty Cooper, his first. So team foul number 2 on the Riders.
Colin Clark checking in for the Maroons for
from
Charlie Stewart.
From the split family. Blake, his brother at Iowa State, and Caitlin for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Little inbounds play.
Had a shot off the glass, good.
Roosevelt was expecting Carson Brown to screen away.
And he did.
And he just ducked in for the layup.
Easy 2 for
Real
Carson.
Nice play.
Carson now with his first 2 points. 4-0 Dowling. Here in the boys contest. Roosevelt, long 3, top of the key. Good by Sam King. Wow, he was the leading scorer. He had 22 points in the loss to Johnston, and you can see that. He can shoot. Now the other way we go. And a shot off the glass, good.
Drew Morrow, baseline drive, reverse layup.
And a timeout on the floor called by Roosevelt. We'll see if this is a 30 or a full. Haven't seen anything yet, so we'll keep it here. 3:28 remaining, first quarter. It's a 30-second timeout. 6-3, Dowling with the lead. Alongside Steve DeVetti, Mark Amadeo. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we want to thank Dental Associates and Mercy One for supporting our broadcast in our 45th year broadcasting Dowling Catholic Sports here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Mark, you've been in the booth for every one of those games, every one of those years.
Pushing 40 years. Pushing 40.
Yeah.
Pushing 40.
No, that's
the guy that passed the equipment over to me was a guy by the name of Bob Updegraff, who passed away here not too long ago. And Bob started all this.
I didn't realize that. Bob
he was a big Jim Williams disciple, really.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Bob.
Was Bob also the real fine golfer?
His family was. That was Gary.
Yeah. Okay, Gary, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Bob was in the golf family, but he had a doctor's for a brother, a golfer.
Yep.
But he started this 45 years ago, folks, and started with Dowling football. And
let's not forget that, his legacy.
No question. All right, Roosevelt out of the timeout, and a corner 3 is no good by Zaj Collins, who checked in.
Hey, Mark, do we know about Pettis, where he might go to play college football? I don't know.
He's a junior, so he's got another year.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Pettis. No, Dowling. I'm sorry. Jalen, senior, we may know more come next week when the signing day approaches. But that guy in the baseline over there, guarding the wall, Tom Wilson.
Yep.
And Pettis underneath, and he shoots and scores.
A great feed from Drew Morrow there, dribble penetration. Maroons North and South have really looked good so far tonight off the dribble.
8-3 Dowling. Pettis with his first basket off the bench.
They're getting into the paint. I don't want to say at will, but.
Well, now Roosevelt gets inside the paint. Sam King with his second basket. He shoots and scores and draws a foul.
They call that on Colin Clark, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, we haven't seen that, but free throws coming.
A little backdoor cut. Colin was just a little tardy getting there. Yep, it was on Colin.
So Clark's first foul, and the free throw is no good.
Good box out there by
King.
He was Carson Brown.
He was 4 for 4 coming in, and now he's 0 for 1 tonight. 8-5 Dowling. Here in the boys' contest, 2.5 minutes remaining. Dowling 4 out, 1 in, and on driving baseline is Carson Brown. Skips it over to Colin Clark. Top of the key, it goes to Capola. Joey with the dribble handoff to Clark. Over to Carson Brown for 3, and it's blocked. Nice block that time by Roosevelt Zodge Collins, the 6'4 sophomore.
Real nice block.
Coach,
got to the shooter.
Coach Daly said he was going to get Collins in, and Zodge has done a nice job. Now here's Patton double teamed, and they may call a 5. He gets rid of it.
Boy, Dowling's doing a good job.
Now whistling a reaching foul on Dowling. Yep. Clark picks up his second.
That's his second.
He's got to pace himself.
Hand check.
And substitutions coming in for Dowling. We're going to see Davis check in. These guys are all coached by you, right?
Well, I looked at the roster when Clay sent it to me.
Right.
11 out of the 16 we had.
Okay.
Eighth grade. Yeah. Okay. Not all of them, but most. Fun to see these kids grow up and play at this level.
Roosevelt with the basketball. In there now is Donovan Green. And
screen and roll. We didn't quite make a switch. Got there late.
And a shot up and good by the Riders as they make it underneath Dowling. And a dribble penetration by the Maroons. Charlie Stewart leaves it for Pettis again, and he shoots and scores.
Boy, Maroons continue to get into the paint almost at will.
That was Zodge Collins with the 3. It's 10-8. Dowling by 2 over Roosevelt. Game 1, it was the Dowling girls upending number 5 Roosevelt. 52-47 in the game that Jimmy Cataldo and I called. Steve Devaney joins me for game 2.
I was really impressed with the girls' comeback there.
They were down 11 points at one point and rallied and came back and won by 5. Here's Roosevelt. Keep in mind, Mr. Devaney, a year from now we will have a shot clock.
Yep, that'll be a nice addition to high school basketball.
Absolutely.
I think the coaches have long wanted it too. It just has taken a while for the state association.
It really doesn't present itself every game, but there are some points in games that it does.
Agree.
Final minute of the first quarter. Long 3 up and good. It's Drew Marr with his 5th point. He drains it.
That was deep.
The lefty.
22, 23-footer.
Again, you may have heard Coach Clay Thielking in his first year at Dowling talk about the system and what he's putting in. It might take a few years to go. Now a loose ball foul called on the Riders. Zodge Collins picks up the foul on the offensive end. But this will be something to pick up. This is a new group making their own identity, Steve, because none of them played a lot last year, if any.
Yeah.
And collectively, they might have a total of 10 minutes on the floor in varsity games.
Yeah.
And here they're making their identity, playing against a veteran Roosevelt team. And underneath, and a shot is blocked.
Patton got Charlie's.
Charlie tried to go to the hole and it's blocked.
Swatted it, yeah.
Roosevelt the other way and out of bounds to Dowling. 13-8 is our score. Dowling by 5. Look down on that bench and you see Jimmy Nahas, Nick Wagner back, and Kevin O'Hare, the freshman coach, sitting on the bench.
Yep. Coach Thielking invited him to be on the bench, I guess, this year.
I want to see that invitation. I'm not sure about that.
What do you think, Kevin?
I think he just had nowhere to go.
Just walked over there.
He hasn't gotten a date on Friday nights in a long time.
I love it.
5 seconds remaining. Stewart in the lane, and now a loose ball, a holding foul away from the ball on Roosevelt. I think Pettis got tied up.
Yeah.
Foul will be on
4th team foul.
Jack Kostomski, who's in there. His dad's sitting right behind me.
Yep.
His dad, Bob, broadcast games here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network at one time.
Oh, yeah.
Now he and his lovely bride, Kristen.
Watching their son play now.
Yeah. Well, they got another one coming.
2.7 seconds here, Mark.
Yeah, 2.7. Dowling by 5. Maroons inbound the ball. They lob it in to to Morrow for three, fade away, tip by Pettis, no good. He tried. And we've come to the end of the first quarter, and this might be an exciting game. Dowling 13, Roosevelt 8, along with Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadeo, back with the second quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Benjamin Franklin once said, "Remember not only to say the right thing at the right place, but to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment." Look at yesterday. Did you have the courage and diplomacy to say the right thing at the right place? You probably did. Did you have the prudence and self-discipline to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment? Hopefully, yes. Be courageous. Be diplomatic. Say the right thing at the right place, and the prudence and the self-discipline to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. You'll be happier, and so will other people. They will appreciate it. And that is today's Thought of the Day.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym here in the second quarter. Dowling boys game, and it's Dowling 13, Roosevelt 8 in a non-conference game. How about this gym tonight, Steve?
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Full house on the Dowling side. Roosevelt fans sitting amongst us. They got a full house. Nice student body. Pretty respectful for the most part. Dowling Roosevelt fans got a little agitated at the end of that girls game, but which Dowling won 52-47. Now, first possession, Pettis, or rather Patton for three. It's no good on Roosevelt's first possession. Rebound Dowling. It'll be Carson Brown along with Joey Coppola, Charlie Stewart, Mata Brua, who's in the lane. Shot up, no good. Mata can't get a shot to fall. Rebound comes out to Mata. And Davis Scheck, the five on the floor for Dowling. Here's Scheck. Dribble handoff to Brown, to Brua. Mata in the lane has the ball poked away, and a foul called on Roosevelt, and that'll be on Donovan Green his first. Maroons working their offense. Getting used to these young men. First player off the bench here in the second quarter. Jack Odie, Holy Trinity's finest.
Yep.
I thought he was a cross-country family.
They used to be.
They used to be. What'd you do?
Well, Jack stopped running cross-country to put on a little bit of weight and to start playing hoops more.
How about Brua with an offensive board after the miss by Morrow, and Dowling retains possession. Exciting team. A lot of these are all new guys out there playing for Dowling. The Maroons graduated 12 seniors on that 16-player club, and now Brua down the lane. Shot up and good. Mata with the basket. Fouls on Roosevelt. That's his first basket of the year, I believe. Look,
we've talked about it a little bit.
It is his first basket of the year. He has no points in the loss at Marshalltown.
Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit early in this game, Mark, but the Maroons continue to have success off the dribble, getting into the paint, creating opportunities for each other.
George Williams with the foul, and now a loose ball foul on the missed free throw by Mata.
Yeah, Charlie was boxed out, Charlie Stewart, and chose to go over the back.
Yeah, you can't go through that.
Yep.
15-8 is our score. Dowling by 7 with just under 7 minutes of play here in the second quarter. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny. Sorry, Steve, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying 5 team fouls for Rosie, 3 for the Maroons so far.
All right, Riders with it. Here's Jack Kostomski with it. Gets the top of the key to Sam King. Get it on the perimeter to Willem Lindstrom, and a whistle and a foul called on Dowling.
That's Charlie's second in a row. He may have to come out.
Yeah, he got in foul trouble at Marshalltown, but he finished with 19 points.
Yeah, it's too bad because he, as I just talked about, that over the back was a little bit silly, and now he gets that second one, and he has to take a seat with 6:40 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Drew Morrow comes in for Charlie Stewart and takes his place. So Roosevelt will inbound the ball. Sam King gets it in. Here's Patton with it. Skip pass over in the corner. Shot blocked. Blocked by Quincy Ferguson.
Yeah.
And Dowling the other way as Mata Brua reclaims it.
Yeah. King takes a little bit of time to get that shot off.
Now corner three up and no good by Dowling Catholic. Odie with the miss.
Odie's first game of the year, he had an ankle injury up at Marshalltown. Didn't play.
That's why he wasn't in the scoring column.
Nursing a bad ankle.
Drew Morrow picks up the foul for Dowling. Some Maroons now with 5 first half fouls. Colin Clark with 2. He's on the bench, and Charlie Stewart on the bench with 2. And now a long 3 up no good by Roosevelt's Max
What's that?
Cassini, and a whistle and a loose ball foul on, just like Dowling. They're going to
I didn't see that. Just
Brua.
jumped over him.
Yeah, they're going to whistle Montebrua for the foul.
He just jumped over him.
Yep. Coach Phil King asked him, hey.
Disagree with that call.
As long as he didn't make contact with him, they have reached over. Now underneath, reverse layup, good. Nice move by Sam King.
Yeah, very nice move.
King leading Roosevelt in scoring with 7 points here in the first half. 15-10 Dowling. 6 minutes remaining, second quarter. Joined us late, the Dowling girls, a winner 52-47 over 5th-ranked Roosevelt. Long 3, no good by Montebrua. Fight for the rebound, Roosevelt, and Jack Kostomski comes away with it. Jack's dad, Bob, was a pride of Ames. Played at Ames High. He might have made it. Might have played against him. And now there's a nice pull-up jumper, good, by Jamison Patton. His first 2 points of the night for Roosevelt.
About a 15-footer off the dribble.
Riders have cut this lead to 3 after Dowling led by 7. Now here's a long 3. Drew Morrow, good!
He can shoot it.
He can. Shoots left-handed. How they teach him that when you guys are all right-handed? I mean,
yeah. No, he
Marr off with 8 points.
He's got a nice shooting stroke. He really does. Good perimeter shooter.
Dowling by 6. Approaching the 5-minute mark here of the second quarter. Halftime, Kristen Meyer and somebody from the Dowling girls basketball staff will join us. Maybe a player or two as they work inside to Patton, and he shoots and scores from the right block. Nice entry pass.
Yeah, they're starting to get some better looks.
And they're also starting to get the right, trying to get the 5 guys they want in there. Now there's an off-balance shot. It's no good by Odie. Rebound Roosevelt. Now spin move by King. He's cut off nicely by Morrow. Drew held his position. George Williams with the top of the key to Patton for 3. It's no good. Rebound Kostomski. Over to King. Pull-up jumper right wing. No good. Rebound Patton. In the corner. It goes to Williams for 3. It's no good. Rebound Dowling. Quincy Ferguson. Down court to Morrow. His shot blocked. Blocked by George Williams. Out of bounds to Dowling. And that gets the Roosevelt fans off their feet. Pettis will check in the Dowling lineup, replacing Montebrua.
Yep, Clay has seen enough, Coach Steel King. Maroons are settling for some shots. It's a full timeout for the Maroons.
And we'll take a 1-minute break. 18-14 is our score. Dowling leading Roosevelt with about 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym out of the timeout. As Dowling and Roosevelt both have used a timeout here in the first half. Here's Drew Morrow for 3. Top of the key, good. Oh, is he feeling it tonight? Third 3 of the night for Drew, and he's got 11 points.
The Roosevelt coaching staff is going crazy over there because Drew is the one outside threat for the Maroons that you have to stay with. And they haven't done that. They've let him have wide open looks so far.
21-14, Dowling with the lead over Roosevelt. Here's a steal. Morrow forced the turnover. Grabbed by Pettis on the baseline, and a whistle and a blocking foul called on the Riders.
Kind of bailed him out. Jackson Odie got no man's land down the baseline. Didn't have a shot. Didn't really have a great pass. and they fouled him. So he'll go to the line. The Maroons are in the 1-1.
Donovan Green with his second foul for Roosevelt. Team foul number 6 on the Riders. Both teams with 16 fouls. 3:38 remaining here in the second quarter. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny, glad you could join us. Friday night, high school girls and boys basketball. We are 1 month away from our last broadcast. It was the Dowling Southeast Polk quarterfinal game at Southeast Polk High School. Eliminated Dowling from the football semis and finals of the Dome. And the free throw is good by Odie. Jake with his first point of the night and of the season.
Yeah. It's important to hit those front ends of those 1-on-1s, and he did a good job there.
Second free throw good. So Odie with 2 points. And it's 23-14 Dowling. Backdoor cut by Roosevelt. Here's King with it. His shot at last good. Nice play.
Very nice play. Nice backdoor cut, good bounce pass, and good finish in there in traffic by
9
King.
points for Sam King. Leading scorer with 22 points. Now the bounce pass to Jalen Pettis, and he couldn't handle the throw, and it'll be a turnover against Dowling. (23-16) Maroons lead Roosevelt. 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Jeff Piggott, our studio producer tonight. Our thanks to Mercy One and the Catholic Tuition Organization for being our supporters and sponsors of Iowa Catholic Radio's coverage of Dowling Catholic sports in our 45th year. Patton, he's in the corner for Cooper for 3. It's no good, and a whistle and a foul called on Dowling as they were trying to box out George Williams.
Wow.
They will call
this. Referee
this.
said that Pettis pinned his arm down. I thought Pettis had inside position, but he evidently was holding.
But you can't do that. You can have inside position, but you can't pin him down, and that'll result in free throws. Pettis' first foul, team foul number 7 on Dowling. So both teams with 17 fouls. That'll be one for them to look into the film on. First free throw good. George Williams, first point of the night. He's been starting and playing since his freshman year at Roosevelt. 23-17 with the made basket. Second free throw, no good. And
hit the support up at the top.
Oh, the old guy wire. I don't see that too many
I think
gyms.
Tom Wilson, as the athletic director, needs to raise about $30-40 million for a new facility.
And he'll be asking you for the first check. And
nice move by Colin. Oh,
missed the layup. Blake had it. He missed an open layup. Dowling got the rebound. Pettis hustled. And the Maroons keep possession with 2:35 remaining. Underneath Pettis, a shot off the glass, too strong.
Great pass by Drew Morrow. Entry feed. But our football players are having trouble finishing in traffic.
Zaj Collins, 6'4" sophomore with the rebound for Roosevelt. Ty Cooper now has it. Leaves for Collins. Back to Cooper. They play a little two-man game. Illegal screen on Collins. Can't do that. That's his second foul, and they've both been offensive fouls.
It's very, very obvious. Good call by the official. No argument by the Roosevelt bench. Those are moving screens. Nearly took the young sophomore's head off. Capola.
Our good friend over there, the head coach of Roosevelt, Adam Daly, played football at Roosevelt, was their quarterback.
I didn't know
that. And played basketball at Des Moines Christian because they didn't have football at the time that he was going through.
Yeah.
And his top assistants been with him the whole way, which Rich Borges, they went to DMAC together and played for our good friend Orv Salmon, the legendary Orv Salmon. Led to a national title.
Orv's the best. Yeah, he really is.
Not only as a person, athletic director and coach, and those two were coached by him. Free throw, no good. Dowling missed the front end of a 1-and-1.
In and out, Capola. Front end.
Looking for his first points. He had 10 against Marshalltown the other night off the bench. Rebound out Roosevelt. 23-17 Riders with the basketball, but trail. Here's Patton.
Good
His pull-up
defense.
jumper missed everything, and a whistle and a foul on Roosevelt. And they're going to get Collins again for the foul. That'll be his third.
Colin Clark earned that foul by excellent box out on the missed shot. That's 10 team fouls on Rosie, and so Colin will get 2.
Yes, he will.
Nice box out.
Ty Cooper picking up the foul earlier. That's his second. So 10 team fouls you mentioned on Roosevelt. 2 free throws coming for Clark. First one up and good. Colin Clark, 6'1", junior. New coach, new system here at Dowling on the boys program.
Yeah.
Have you learned this yet, Coach DeVinny?
I don't think Coach Steele King trusts the 8th grade coaches with any of this.
Second free throw good. No good, rather, by Clark. Rebound, Roosevelt.
Oh,
they lob it underneath. The ball tipped out of bounds by Clark as they tried to hit underneath Donovan Green, and Clark whacked it out of bounds. So they haven't trusted you with the keys to their new program.
Listen.
Is Adi still helping you?
Sure.
Oh, my goodness. No wonder. I never mind. But they let him keep the official book.
Yeah.
Underneath, Roosevelt shot good. Nice move that time by Sam King.
Yeah, King had a good crafty move in traffic.
King with 11 points. He's hoping to play college basketball somewhere. And now Marr loses the ball. Stolen away by King. Underneath, reverse layup, and he draws the foul.
I think they're going to call it on Coppola.
We're going to find out.
Yep.
Joey Coppola with the foul.
Joey thought he got all ball on the strip.
And
Dwayne,
Marr thought he was called for the foul, and it wasn't him.
No.
But King goes the line. Sam with 11 points tonight to lead Roosevelt. First free throw good. He now has 12. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Skeffkin's Formal Wear and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Joined us late. The girls' game won by Dowling. The Maroons trailed by 11, came back and won by 5, 52-47. Free throw good by King, who now has 13 points, and he is 2 for 3 at the line tonight.
It's kind of a sneaky 13 points.
Yeah. 24-21, Dowling by 3. Maroons in the front court. Pettis, reverse layup.
Beautiful.
Good. How about that?
Beautiful move.
That didn't look like the best move, but it went
from the right block.
Yep.
Used the basket as his protection.
Pettis with 6 points off the bench. That's Jalen Pettis for Dowling, the 6'3 senior, wearing number 42 off the bench. He and Mata Brua back out for basketball. Underneath, King, shot off the glass, good. They don't have an answer for him in the first half. 15 points.
It's a good backdoor cut. It's a good screen, and Drew Morrow just couldn't quite get there. Good offensive execution by Roosevelt.
Final 55 seconds. This is where you play that 2-for-1 if you had the shot clock.
Yes, you would.
26-23, Dowling by 3. Corner 3, up, no good by the Maroons, and that was a miss by Coppola. Rebounded by Roosevelt and Ty Cooper. Again, we're expecting head coach Kristen Meyer and maybe a few of the Dowling girls basketball team players to join us. And how about that? Patton coming off a pick, and he hits the 3, and he's got 7 points.
Coach Steele King's not happy.
And we are tied at 26 with 20 seconds remaining in the half. You're right.
They continue to get those post screen up near the top of the key and some wide open looks for threes.
Roosevelt has rallied from an 8-point deficit to tie it. Here's Carson Brown with it tomorrow. Gets
5 seconds, got to go.
And now whistling a foul on Brown as Sam King commits his first foul with 3.8 seconds remaining.
Yeah, not a good foul. Coach Daly's not happy with that.
That'll put Carson Brown at the free throw line, who has 2 points tonight, has yet to hit. And this will be a 2-shot free throw.
Yeah.
Double bonus, 10th foul over the limit. Free throw good by Carson.
He bailed Carson Brown out because there was probably there's 3.8 seconds right now, so they blew the whistle. And he was out at the half-court line, so.
Odie checks in, and Colin Clark will check out in the final 3.8 seconds. Dowling 27, Roosevelt 26. Free throw by Carson Brown, good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. He's got 4 points.
Heads up.
Long throw, and Quincy Ferguson keeps it alive. Long three at the horn is no good by Roosevelt. And Donovan Green, and we go to halftime with Dowling leading 28-26 over the Riders.
Good first half, Mark.
Yeah,
interesting, though, Coach Steele King played 10 kids in the first half. And I wonder in the second half if he'll try to narrow that rotation down a little bit, or if he just wants to play that many guys to find out who can do what here early in the season.
I think we're still evaluating, if I would have to guess, Coach. All right, we'll take a break as Christian Meyer will join us. Dowling girls a winner tonight, 52-47 over 5th-ranked Roosevelt. Dowling boys ahead of here at halftime, 28-26 over Roosevelt. We'll take a break, come back with our interview with head coach Christian Meyer and the Dowling girls here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
Isn't all truth just relative? I mean, you have your truth, I have mine.
Whoa, dude, what are you doing?
I'm gonna jump off this bridge, man.
You'll die.
No, I won't.
What, don't you believe in gravity?
That old superstitious nonsense? No way. Whee!
There are some things in life that aren't a matter of opinion. And just as in the physical world there are some things that are above debate, like gravity, there are things in the spiritual world that are just as true. And because human beings are physical and spiritual beings, every action that we take has physical and spiritual consequences. That's why things like the Holocaust weren't just dirty and disgusting, but because of the spiritual reality of God's creation, they were actually evil, regardless of what the Nazis thought. So we can't just dismiss the teachings of God's church as fine for some people, but not for me. That's just not the way that reality works. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And welcome back to halftime here at the Dowling Gym. Dowling boys lead Roosevelt 28-26, and now we're joined by the head girls basketball coach at Dowling, Coach Kristen Meyer. Coach, thanks for joining us. And hey, as I was telling you off on break, you know, that first game on radio, I think you gave me and everybody in O-line and across the state a heart attack. Down 9, down 11, and then come back and win.
You know,
with a bunch of freshmen.
Just like to keep it exciting.
Oh, thanks. Well, thanks. I'll have to take my heart medicine more often than I need to. This young lady sitting next to you, just telling you, Emma Gipple, remember as a freshman out here, she didn't want to shoot. She's she's in the rotation because she could rebound. And
yep.
She did that. And now she's averaging a double-double. What have you done to Emma?
I just like to take all the credit myself, I'm sure. No, it's probably Joel Danner. But yeah, I think she was close to 20 and 20 tonight, to be honest.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That is amazing. And Emma does join us. But Coach, what a night, a 52-47 win. You had to dig deep down at halftime, down 9. I think you were down 11 at one point. Then you come back, and it's the freshman, a junior, the senior next year. It's just, this is a tremendous team. I know you went to Minnesota and won by 3 against some top 5 teams up there. But to come here and knock off a Roosevelt team that's been together for, I think 3 or 4 of their starters have been 3-year starters.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. So congratulations. But it's been amazing. It's got to be a fun group.
Yeah, thank you. And I think those games in Minnesota really helped us because those were 2 3-point games against physical, aggressive teams. And so I think we started out just a little bit nervous, first home game with a crowd. But then once we settled, I thought when we came out at halftime, we went on a 10-0 run. Scored a little bit offensively, but the big thing was just getting defensive stops. So we just got a really gutty, gritty team, and they're a fun group to coach.
Well, they certainly are, and we'll bring in Emma Gipple here. And Emma, congratulations on the win. And almost a 20-20. I got you for 20 points. I can't speak for the rebounds. Yeah. Coach Danner and Coach Meyer will have to do that. But what a performance. And it's not only you with the rest of your seniors. You have 8 seniors in the group. You got some freshmen that are playing off the bench and starting. What's this been like? Because that wasn't the case a year ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, last spring it started when they walked into the gym, and you just kind of tell when people are gonna be good, and they got that confidence that not many freshmen would have coming in. So it's awesome. They really do amazing things as freshmen. I don't know, they just bring energy and confidence that I wish I had as a freshman, and I wish I could do the things that they do, but they're all great. They push me, they push each other, and they're just great additions to the program.
I know the one thing, because I remember Coach DeYoung up at Ankeny Centennial, back in Ankeny, he had a bunch of freshmen that he was starting, and then mixed in. You have to blend as a group. You have to like each other, at least get along with each other for the purpose of coaching. And Coach Danner and Meyer and Faber appreciate that. But bringing everybody together, how has that been? Because you're one of the senior captains on this team. I know that by now. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, man, they are some of the best people. It is a weird dynamic. Seniors and freshmen, we're just totally different, stages in our lives. But, we love hanging out with each other. Tonight we're going to go hang out. We had a team dinner last night. That was awesome. Just any chance we get, we just, love each other and, hang out with each other and stuff. Yeah.
And these gals, and the seniors too, Coach, they got ice water in their veins. Because when I was talking with Jimmy Cataldo during the game, I said, yeah, they play the club ball, and they're playing it in Morton buildings for the most part. They're not packed in packed houses like this. Now we're going to see who's come to play and how the freshmen, and they withstood all that. They played well down the stretch when it was a nip and tuck game with free throws deciding it. I got to hand it to you. It's going to be fun to coach, but you've got a mixture of youth, and I think we were talking about Zedeker.
We had 4 freshmen playing.
Yeah, Zedeker doesn't turn 15 until the end of the month. She's 14 years old right now. She's the same age as my daughter, and I'm like, oh, you wouldn't want to deal with that, but you are, and these kids are performing. And
yeah, well,
what's the ceiling here? What are we talking about here?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we're performing pretty well for how early we are in the season. But I think the freshmen really just take their cue from Emma, Julia Moore, and Lauren Frericks, our upperclassmen who are returners, where it's the gutty performance, the play defense, that just find a way to win. And so if that's what you got from, your captains, that's what you see every day in practice and games, you don't know anything else. And so you got to give the freshmen credit for coming in with some confidence and just being able to come out and learn as they're going, because they've got a lot expected of them. But they're a good group, and these older girls are really taking them under their wing.
Yeah, Julia Moore had a nice game. They forgot she was left-handed. That's part of everybody's scouting report, right? You mentioned Lauren Frericks, and I thought Macy Downey coming in, another senior, gave her some spot minutes there, and you mentioned another freshman, Layla
Tritton.
Well,
Yep.
we messed her name up already. Thanks.
You'll be saying it a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But Layla Tritton, 5'8" freshman, no points first 3 quarters, and she explodes for 8 in that fourth quarter. And I think she's got some divots she'll have to polish up underneath the Dowling basket. She hit the floor.
Yeah. 2 times. She hit the floor hard. She made some big free throws. She made a corner 3. She came in and played big there in the second half. I think, with a few of our freshmen just needed to settle in that first half. And once they kind of got the feel for the game, they came out and played really well in the second half.
All right, well, next up, it's let me take a look at the schedule. You go to Fort Dodge on Tuesday night, back home, Miss Gipple against the Valley Tigers next Friday night. You don't think there'll be anybody here, will you? Last year, there was nobody here.
It's a great student section tonight. It's awesome.
It's been awesome, both Roosevelt and Dowling. They had us up there last year, but now fans are here. Did you notice that tonight with the...
It was different. Just the bleachers being out. I was like, this gym's a little bit smaller.
The bleachers are out. I forgot about that.
I know.
We didn't have to spread the chairs out the whole length of the bleachers like we did last year.
Well, congratulations and shout-out time. I know, Emma, you've got family around, your parents, but give a shout-out to somebody who might be listening tonight, grandparents, relatives, not maybe so much here in Des Moines area, but across the state. I know they're probably...
I see your parents listening across the gym right now.
Yeah, Jamie and Kelly right there. They're just my biggest fans. Love them both.
I called your dad's games when he was here.
Yeah.
And there was some big rivalry. Ask him about Dowling Valley a few times, especially on the old
He's
Tartan.
got a lot of stories.
Yeah, on the Tartan floor over at Valley, there was some legendary. And Coach Marr, back again, huh? I noticed somebody's, I saw Coach Danner, Coach Faber. Where is Coach Babinette? He is not retired. He's younger than me.
Coach Babinette came and watched us tonight.
Yeah.
He was here watching, cheering us on.
You know what? I'm going to call him. I might have to have somebody sit here with me and do a little call.
Yeah, we should have had him as a guest.
I want to hear, I taught Gipple that move and how she can bowl her way in there and get an offensive rebound. I'm going to reach out to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody in Holwine listening anymore?
Actually, my parents are down here. They came to the game.
Wow.
They got to see it in person. They were really excited to get to watch the girls play.
So I see your schedule. It's Fort Dodge and Valley next week. And, by the way, at the end of the season with Southeast Pope and number 13, Sioux City East, a team that last came down here. We all know what happened there.
Yeah, you don't need to remind Emma that.
But you invited him back.
Yeah, we needed to get that taste out of our mouth. They were looking for a game, and so we actually picked them up as a 22nd game. So we get to play one extra game this year. They said they'd travel. So when I talked to Coach Wilson and Coach O'Connor, they said we could do it. I said, yeah, let's do it. We want to play tough competition. We knew we'd have a young team, so let's test them early, and it'll be good for us.
We'll have 3 of your final 4 games before Christmas on the air, including that Sioux City East game. We're not traveling to Fort Dodge on Tuesday night.
I don't blame you.
We'll rely on Gipple to pull you through. Ladies, thank you. Coach Meyer, congratulations. And Miss Gipple, Emma, it's hard to believe you're a senior. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Miss Double-Double. All right.
Thanks for broadcasting.
You bet. Talk to you next week. That's Emma Gipple and Kristen Meyer joined us here at halftime of the boys contest. It's Dowling 28, Roosevelt 26. Back in 1 minute, the start of the second half here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Weekdays at 1 p.m., it's Dr. David Anders with Called to Communion. It's a live call-in show for non-Catholics and fallen away Catholics. Called to Communion on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, underway in the second half, and Dowling on a 4-0 run as Quincy Ferguson a steal and a reverse layup score, and Charlie Stewart a pair of free throws after a foul by Roosevelt, and Dowling up 32-26 here. Steve DeVinny here in the second half from the Dowling Gym.
Yeah, good start for the boys. I heard Coach Steele King, as the second half was getting ready to start, about the importance of getting off to a good start. Good defense there in the half court. Roosevelt just threw it out of bounds, Mark, while you're catching up on your statistics.
I'm trying. As Roosevelt led by Sam King in the first half, 15 points. He was 2 of 3 at the free throw line. 7 points for Jamison Patton, and 3 points for Zaj Collins off the bench, and 1 point for George Williams, one of the starters. Long three, good by Mata Brua. Are you kidding me? Mata for 3, and he's got 5 points.
Green light for all the players.
Oh my. 9 points for Mata.
Gee whiz.
Or rather, 9 points lead for Dowling, the largest of the night. 5 points for Mata Brua. He had a 2-point basket.
Another backdoor cut.
And underneath Patterson, and Patton, his shot up and good, drew the foul. Basket will count, and foul on Dowling, and that'll be on Quincy Ferguson. Jamison Patton.
That'll be Quincy's first, I think. Yep.
His 9th point. And
these backdoor cuts are hurting the Maroons by Roosevelt.
Yeah,
a little bit of a flex-like offense where they a lot of these cuts are coming either off the baseline or up at the top of the key. But good execution, and the Maroons fouled. Oh, my goodness. Patton had a bank free throw. Didn't touch the rim.
I looked up and I said, did that go through? And it did. Patton completes the traditional three-point play. He's got 10 points tonight.
Oh, boy, goodness.
And now traveling on Dowling. So the Maroons, this is what happens when you got a new group out there. They play well at times. And as a coach, you say, there's the bar. We set the bar. Don't go back. And they just went back. Maroons with a turnover.
Yeah, Charlie, who plays the 3 or the 4 for the Maroons, Charlie Stewart, was bringing it up, trying to beat pressure, and he just lost a little control.
Maroons were led by Drew Marles, 11 points in the first half. We'll try to get some scoring. Patton in the lane, and a turnaround shot, good. Oh, he's starting to feel it. Patton with 12 points.
Yeah.
He had 7 at halftime, and he's got 5 here in the third quarter. All 5 of Roosevelt's points. 35-31, and off the glass, shot good by Quincy Ferguson. Quincy with 4 points, all in the third quarter for him.
Almost a traveling call there by the official.
You don't have a whistle, Mr. DeVinny. You're not back on your...
But he got a little nervous there.
You're not back at Highway 30. We got a loose ball foul on Dowling, says Dwayne Duncan.
Or is it on Roosevelt? It is. A back screen by number 12 for Roosevelt.
Oh, they're going to call it on Willem Lindstrom. Yeah. First time he got in the ball game, and it is 6'3" senior with the foul.
Yeah.
First time we've seen him in there. Willem, where's number 12? Yeah, you're right.
It was a back screen.
I think that just canceled.
But you got to give the player room. He has to be able to
canceled the Dowling fast break.
Yeah.
But here's Dowling with the ball, and this is Drew Marl with it. Over to Quincy Ferguson. Right side to Stewart. Charlie has the ball stolen away. Good defense that time by Lindstrom. 2-on-1 fast break. Layup good. That's Patton again. He's got 14 points on the assist.
Goodness. Another turnover there by Carson Brown.
They tried to get it down court to Mata Brua. Stolen away by Patton. 37-33. Dowling by 4. Game starting to pick up, and now traveling called on the Riders. Lindstrom with the travel. And the
Maroons
turnover.
are playing aggressive. I have no problem with that, but they got to value the basketball a little bit more than they have early here in the second half. Full court man press. Quincy just got it picked.
All right, and a steal by Roosevelt, and the ball knocked out of bounds, and a foul on Dowling. We're going to get Brewer with the foul. 2 shots coming for Roosevelt. As the foul will be on Dowling's Charlie Stewart, and that'll be his 3rd.
That hurts.
Let's try to run down quickly on the Dowling score, and there's a lot of it in that first half. Drew Marr led the way with 11 points. 6 points for Jalen Pettis off the bench for Dowling. 4 points for Carson Brown. The free throw is no good by Sam King. And rounding out scoring for the Maroons, 2 points for Charlie Stewart. He battled foul trouble in the first half. Jackson Odie with 2 points. Brewer with 2 points. He now has 5. And Colin Clark off the bench with 1 point. Second free throw good by King.
Clark and Coppola just checked in for Charlie Stewart, who has 3 fouls, and Quincy, who just had a turnover there a minute ago on the full court press.
All right, King with 16 points on that free throw underneath. A shot off the back iron, no good. It rolls off by Brewer. Tough luck there. Rebound Roosevelt. Dowling's lead down to 3 after leading by 9. Fall away jumper by Patton, no good. Rebound Roosevelt. Good hustle that time by Willem Lindstrom. And now the ball slapped away and stolen away by Dowling and Brewer. Game has picked up a little bit of tempo here, Mr. DeVinny.
Yep. Maroons get up by 6, 7, 8. Roosevelt cuts into the deficit.
Yes, they do. Here is Morrow for 3. Top of the key. Good. He is feeling it. His 4th 3 of the night, and he's got 14 points.
Yeah, he can really shoot it from the perimeter. They set a back screen there at the top of the key. That was a design play to get him set.
It's the lefty.
Hasn't even touched the rim with those shots yet tonight.
Oh, lob pass by Roosevelt.
Stolen
George
by Joey
Williams,
Coppola.
stolen away by Dowling. Coppola in there. Dowling has a different lineup and a whistle and a reach-in foul on Roosevelt. They'll be on Lindstrom.
Point of emphasis. Hand check. Both officials had the call.
How'd you find that out? Did you go to a meeting?
No, but...
Are you blowing the whistle again?
No, I just read that.
Tracy wants you to blow the whistle again.
She wants me to help you. She wants me to coach 8th graders. I mean, she just wants me out of her hair.
I need her at my house to train our dog because I know she's a heck of a dog trainer.
She's the dog whisperer.
We have... she's a year old and can't get her trained. All right, Coppola now with the turnover, and now Patton loses his dribble in the backcourt. Finally gets it up to Davison, and a foul on Dowling. It'll be on Coppola. On the steal. Oh, tough luck.
Coppola didn't think that was a foul. Neither did Coach Spiel King.
Now we got a timeout on the floor by Roosevelt. Second foul on Coppola. We'll take a break. 3:35 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll keep it here, as
30 seconds.
Jeff Pickett, our studio producer. It's Dowling 40, Roosevelt 34, alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Imbadale. Thanks for joining us tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. This is our basketball debut. Dowling boys and the Roosevelt boys playing their second game of the year. Both teams losing their first game on Tuesday night. Roosevelt losing to Johnston 78-49 at the Roosevelt gym. And the Dowling boys losing on the road at Marshalltown 60-59 in overtime. And here, Dowling had a 2-point lead at halftime, 28-26. And the Riders have stayed within single digits throughout this whole second half.
Mark, both teams are playing extremely hard. Both teams play all man-to-man defense, but both teams are a little sloppy.
And now we've got...
I thought maybe the ball went off Coppola. Now they're going to talk about it. The first official signaled in the direction of the Maroons. I think they're going to overturn this.
Yeah, somebody got blocked out, and the two officials are visiting James Lyons and Steve Russell, and they're going to turn it over to be Roosevelt
I think
basketball.
they got that right.
Yeah.
Even Joey Coppola was kind of smiling to his teammates like, well, he got away with one there.
Yeah, just in a blind spot. Keep in mind, high school officials don't have access to replay.
No, it's a tough job.
Even if you have it in the gym. Now Roosevelt inbounds the ball. They get it to Donovan Green. And Nathan shot up. No good, but a whistle and a foul and 2 free throws coming.
Is it 2 shots?
No, it is, yes.
Yep.
Pettis picks up the foul. That's his second.
We're going to give him 2.
So Charlie Stewart in foul trouble for Dowling with 3 fouls. Coppola and Clark and Pettis with 2 fouls each for Dowling.
Yeah.
Free throw good by Donovan Green. That's his first point. 40-35. Dowling by 5, 3:23 remaining. Second free throw, no good. Rebound Dowling and Pettis. So we'll set the Dowling lineup. Joey Coppola runs the point. Leaves it for Colin Clark, who's out there, to Drew Morrow. Baseline Carson Brown. Tried to leave it for Pettis, and he wasn't fouling the ball. Thrown away by Roosevelt and Sam King. The other way we go. Here's King with it. Top of the key. Dribbles in the lane. Shot blocked by Pettis. And a charging foul called on Roosevelt, I believe.
Yep, Drew Morrow took the charge. Stepped in.
That's right.
Yep. Pettis with a good block shot, but it didn't matter because the whistle had already been blown. But Carson Brown with the costly turnover just a minute ago, so
the
Maroons
foul
have got to take care of the
is
ball a
on
little
Sam
bit better.
King, his third.
Yeah, it's a big foul.
Dowling with the basketball in the front court. Marl dribbles it up.
He's their scorer, Mark.
There's Dowling with the ball. This is Colin Clark, and a whistle and a hand check called on Roosevelt.
Yeah, that's on Patton.
That'll be Jameson's second foul. Patton tonight, 14 points.
Yeah, he displayed really good sportsmanship by helping Colin Clark right up there.
He and Sam King are the leading scorers for Roosevelt. King with 16 points right now. Maroons inbound the ball. Carson Brown with it. Step back from the left elbow. His shot no good. Leaves it short. Rebound King and Roosevelt. Near steal by Morrow. He jumps back and Dowling stays man-to-man. Haven't seen his own tonight, right, Steve?
No, either team.
Either team. Didn't see that in the girls' game either.
Good job of back cutting by both teams. Good job of moving without the ball.
Here's George Williams. Gives it to Pettis. That was the quarterback tight end combination in the football team for Roosevelt this year. Here's Williams with it. Gets it over in the corner to King. And a whistle and a blocking foul on Dowling. That'll be on Colin Clark.
That's his third, I think. Yep. He had to go to the bench in the first half because of fouls.
40-35. We've been stuck on that for about a minute and a half.
Maroons have played 10 kids tonight so far, so they're going to let him in there with his third. And if something happens, they've got plenty of guys who can come back in. That coach has confidence in.
Good hustle by Pettis. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling 40, Roosevelt 35 here in the boys contest. Girls game won by Dowling 52-47 as Maroons knock off number 5 Roosevelt. Our next broadcast will be a week from tonight, Dowling Valley right here in the Dowling gym.
That's always fun, isn't it?
Yep. In the meantime, Dowling boys take on number 1 Council Bluffs Lincoln tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Carson.
Here's a steal by Carson Brown. He lays it in off the back iron. Good.
Good decision not to try to dunk that. He had a defender right on his tail.
He thought about it. Now, you've been in those positions before at Marshalltown High, right? Did you lay it
I might have watched that on TV. I don't think I ever did that myself.
Oh, here's King with the turnover. He got in the lane, wanted to pull up a jumper, and he lost it off his hands. Stolen away by Dowling, and Joey Coppola has it.
Maroons with a chance to go up 9 or 10 if they make a 3. There's Drew Marr from deep.
3, and it's good. How about that? Timeout, Roosevelt. Drew Morrow.
Yeah.
5 threes on the night.
Yeah.
And he's got 17 points. Timeout on the floor, and this will be a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves. Dowling 45, Roosevelt 35. The Dowling boys' largest lead of the night. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, all religions believe basically the same thing? They only differ in their external forms, in the way they express it. G.K. Chesterton says the truth is precisely the other way around. The religions of the world do not differ greatly in rites and forms. They do differ greatly in what they teach. In most every religion, people pray, they sing, they read sacred texts, they honor their traditions, they have special feasts, they light candles and so on. But they don't teach the same things. They don't believe the same things. There's only one religion that believes that Christ is the Son of God, that he suffered and died for our sins, and that he rose from the dead. Only one religion believes in one holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the resurrection of the body, and life everlasting. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Dowling now with a 10-point lead over Roosevelt, 45-35, minute 25 remaining here in the third quarter from the Dowling Gym, part of our girl-boy doubleheader. Here's a three-pointer, up and good. Donovan Green answers the bell for Roosevelt with the 3.
That's a big shot. You know, you get down 10 and You think perhaps Maroons can pull away a little bit, and now it's 7 again on that good three-pointer.
Green with all 4 of his points here in the third quarter. Now a corner 3 by Coppola. Now he decides to dribble inside and draws the foul. I thought Coppola was going to shoot. He got him in the arm.
Jaden Davison, number 5. I think that foul was on Mark. That's his first.
That's a freshman that they just put in. And now Dowling works underneath, Steve.
Clay Theoking called up a special. They just lobbed it right to the rim, and Carson Brown went up and got it and laid it in.
So Brown with his 8th point of the night.
Assist from Coppola.
Now an offensive loose ball foul on Roosevelt. I think they're going to get the tight end, George Williams. We'll see. Yep, Williams picks up his 2nd foul, and that'll be a 1-and-1. Carson Brown to the line for Dowling. 17 foul on Roosevelt, 5 on Dowling. That's a team foul situation. Maroons have 4 timeouts at their disposal. Roosevelt with 2. First free throw by Carson Brown, no good. Missed the front of the 1-and-1. Those are the tough ones. 8 points for Brown.
It's a tough one just coming off that football season. I would guess they'll start shooting it better as time goes on.
Now a whistle and a foul on Dowling before the shot.
Looks like Pettis.
Foul will be on Jalen Pettis, his 3rd.
Is that his 3rd?
Yep.
Gee whiz.
And Roosevelt will inbound underneath their own basket. 16 foul on Dowling. Inbound it to Patton. Jamison guarded by Carson Brown. They swing to the right side. Here's Jaden Davis in the lane, and a freshman.
Job by Morrow again on help defense.
The freshman commits the turnover.
Tried to take a charge, and instead the freshman traveled. Nice play by Drew Morrow on the defensive end.
So Dowling will inbound the ball. A little man-to-man full court pressure by Roosevelt. 47-38 Dowling. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Maroons led by 2 at halftime, and they've got the lead up to 9 right now and a chance to hold the ball. Possession arrow, I think, favors Roosevelt. So
they're going to clear it out here for Carson Brown. Now Drew Morrow. 8 seconds to go.
All right, 5 seconds. Morrow with it. Dribbles in the lane. Pull-up jumper with the left hand. Short. Rebound. Jalen Patton. Good!
Wow!
How about that? Jalen Pettis, rather, with the putback. And he's got 8 points. And Dowling up by 11, their largest lead of the night.
Had the presence, Mark.
Jalen
After
Pettis.
the missed shot by Drew Morrow, he had his back to the basket, had presence of mind to know that the clock was running out, did a little 180 and knocked in a little 7-footer. It's a great play, athletic play.
All right, we'll take a break. The score, Dowling 49, Roosevelt 38 in the boys contest. Back to the fourth quarter in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Have you ever wondered if God is real and if you will live on in eternity? Hi, my name's Paul Zuccarelli. Join me Saturday, December 11th for the Iowa Catholic Radio Dinner in December. I'll be sharing my testimony of how, through a close encounter and brush with death, I came to witness the heavenly realm. I look forward to seeing you at the Iowa Catholic Radio Dinner in December, Saturday, December 11th at the Embassy Suites downtown. Visit iowacatholicradio.com to register. God bless.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us. Final quarter of regulation, and Dowling boys leading 49-38, their largest lead of the night over Roosevelt, as Maroons are 7 of 10 at the free throw line through 3 quarters, and Roosevelt 6 of 10 at the free throw line. So they both shot 10 free throws each here, Mr. DeVinny.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Mark, after the break, the Maroons were up by 2 at the half and pulled away nicely in the third quarter to lead by 11. Let's see if they can maintain that and get some stops here on the defensive end.
Dowling putting up 21 points in that third quarter. Roosevelt with just 12, so quite the disparity there.
Maroons really have played strong man-to-man defense all night. We have some good quickness at every position.
Dowling And now on the baseline, a shot up and good.
Number 11, I think, with a 12, 13-foot bank shot.
That was Gostomski, I believe.
Coppola, number 11. Yeah, Coppola drew the backcourt pressure foul by sort of dribbling into the defender. Smart play by Coppola. He'll shoot the bonus here.
That's Jack Gostomski with the basket. They don't have him on the board yet. They don't have his number up. So.
Yep.
All right, fouls on Roosevelt. That'll be their 18th foul. You mentioned sending Joey Coppola to the line. He's 0 for 1 at the line thus far. Free throw good. And Dowling, let's see, they're in the 1-1. 18th foul on Roosevelt, 6 on the Maroons. So we're going to have 1-1s coming up here for a moment. Coppola's first point. He had 10 points off the bench at Marshalltown Tuesday night. Second free throw rolls around off the mark. Rebounded by Patton and Roosevelt. Reminder, our next game will be next Friday night. In the meantime, Dowling boys play tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock here at the Dowling Gym against number 1 Council Bluffs Lincoln. And the Dowling girls and boys, their next game will be at Fort Dodge on Tuesday night. Here's a steal by Dowling. Reverse layup up and good. There's a basket interference.
Charlie Stewart interfered with his own teammate's layup. Got his hand caught in the net.
So
they'll call that off.
They'll wipe off the and one.
He'll get 2 free throws, but that's not a basket.
Fouls on Gostomski, his second.
Good steal in the backcourt by Coppola.
And now Coppola will have to earn it and shoot 2 more free throws. But you don't want to temper that aggressiveness that
great hustle
Charlie
play.
has.
Great hustle play. He thought maybe the ball was going to come off the rim. I understand how that happened, but unfortunate.
That would have been legal in Olympic play.
Exactly.
You can get up there in that rim all you want.
I saw the Iowa Hawkeyes when you were interviewing the girls at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
We're shooting 25% at Purdue in the first half. Keegan Murray, their best player, is out tonight with a sprained ankle.
That's what he suffered against Duke. That's not good. Second free throw good. So Coppola 3 of 4 at the line. He has 3 points. Let's check that. He's 3 for 5 at the free throw line tonight, and he has 3 points.
Yeah.
52-40. Dowling by 12. Maroons' biggest lead. Dowling has a 7-game winning streak over Roosevelt, and they're looking to extend that tonight. Corner 3 up and good by Gostomski. Just like his old man used to do up at Ames High.
Yep. He's knocked in 5 quick points to help keep his team in the ball game.
It must just been saving him for the fourth quarter because he started against Johnson.
Yeah.
Coach said he's going to come off the bench tonight, and it's worked out. 52-43, Dowling by 9. Mark Amadale, Steve DeVinny here tonight. Thanks to Jim Cataldo, who helped me out with the girls' game. Jeff Piggott, our studio producer. And now whistling a foul on Roosevelt.
Yeah, Drew Morrow got inside position.
Max Cassini with the foul. He got his first start tonight.
Yeah, he posted up Cassini and drew the foul, trying to keep him from shooting.
Morrow with 17 points, make it 18. First free throw is good. What a night he's had.
Yeah, he's really a gifted scorer from the perimeter. You don't see him drive in as much as some of the other players, but boy, from beyond the arc, is he good.
Second free throw good by Drew Morrow, 6-foot junior. On the sophomore game team last year. Good thing he's shooting like his mom. I like that. Athleticism. 54-43. Morrow's 2 free throws give Dowling a back to 11-point lead. Here's Patton. Catch and shoot from the free throw line. No good. Right elbow. Nice job by Carson Brown. Defended him, and he gets the rebound, does Brown.
Yeah.
And leaves it for Coppola. He dribbles up. Coppola and Drew Morrow do a nice job handling the point. Here's Morrow again for 3, right in front of the Dowling bench. It's no good. And Charlie Stewart in there
almost
slapping around.
Foul,
Rebound. Roosevelt and Sam King. 5:40 remaining. Fourth quarter. Dowling by 11 here in the boys contest. Gostomski for 3 again. It's no good off the back iron. Rebound. Mata Brua. Coppola gets the handoff. Dribbles in the front court to Brown. Carson with it. Double team. Looks underneath for Morrow. Backs in. Left hand. Shot up and no good. Bodies hit the floor. Brua with the rebound and a foul called on the Roosevelt Rough Riders.
Gee whiz. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
Bodies hit the floor and everything.
White 2. Oh, no.
Gutierrez picks up the foul. Oh, they're going to call it on Carson Brown.
No.
There's no number 2 out there for Roosevelt.
24. While they were on the floor, they're saying that Drew Morrow grabbed or pushed.
Yep. Loose ball foul on Drew Morrow. That's his second. Team foul number 6. Or team not foul number 7 now. They'll put it on the board. And free throws coming for number 13, Max Cassini.
Interesting call. Drew Morrow was getting ready to shoot free throws, and they called the foul on him.
Yeah, he might have been reaching around. Mata Brua got the rebound, and that's where we kind of lost track. Cassini hits the first free throw. That's his first point of the night. Max, a 6'5 senior for head coach Adam Daly in his third year at Roosevelt. Rich Borgos and Vince Hanna. Vince's dad was a longtime assistant coach at Des Moines North. Many years.
That, yeah.
Second free throw, no good.
What happened there?
Brua had the rebound, lost it out of bounds. They say it went off of Dowling.
Gee whiz.
Charlie Stewart.
Bruins up by 10, 5:14 to play.
So Collins back in the lineup. Zaj Collins, 6'4 sophomore, replaces Cassini.
For the Maroons, Capola, Charlie Stewart, Drew Morrow, Carson Brown, and Brua.
Almost getting a foul.
Picked up a foul.
We're almost getting a foul with every pass now.
Yep,
so that's the part of the year.
Baseline.
Whistling a foul on Dowling. It'll be on Mata Brua as second.
Yeah, it's a second.
5:11 left in the fourth quarter. Dowling 54, Roosevelt 44. We've had a lot of stoppages here in the last 20 seconds.
Here comes Pettis back in for Brua.
Free throw, no good. George Williams with the miss. He's 1 for 3 tonight at the line. He has 1 point. Rebound Dowling. 5 minutes remaining. Fourth quarter. Dowling with the ball. Stewart reverses on the baseline to Carson Brown. Gives it up to Capola. Top of the key to Mata. Mata Brua. It's over to Capola. Capola guarded by Gostomski. To Charlie Stewart. Charlie down the lane. Shot off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound. Leaves it for Morrow for 3. It's no good. And fight for the rebound and a foul in the backcourt on Charlie Stewart and the reach in.
Charlie.
Fourth foul on the big guy.
Yeah, just not necessary. Roosevelt had the rebound, and he was kind of grabbing at the ball and got called for the foul. Perhaps should have just turned around and ran back the other way.
All right, Pettis will check in for the Maroons. He'll replace Mata Brua. 4:39 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Again, our next broadcast will be 1 week from tonight. Dowling and Valley right here at the
That's
Dowling.
a home game, yeah.
Dowling Gym. Go on there at 6 o'clock with our pregame show. Free throw, no good.
Mark, with no shot clock in high school basketball, I'm not telling you that the Maroons should put it in the deep freeze, but there's no reason to take rushed or highly guarded shots.
Pass timeout.
And that's what Clay wants to talk to them about right now.
Full timeout called by Dowling. We'll take one ourselves. 4:26 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling by 10 over Roosevelt, 54-44. Back to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
60 Seconds with Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen.
This universe of ours is a free universe. It is a universe of character making, of soul making. Almighty God has placed into our hands, think of it, the power to make ourselves saints or devils. It is up to us. There are some laws that we cannot disobey. For example, the law of gravitation and certain biological laws like circulation of blood. But in a moral universe, we are free either to obey the laws of God or to disobey them, just as we are perfectly free, for example, to obey the laws of health or to disobey them.
The people you know and trust are on EWTN.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us for the opening night of high school girls and boys basketball on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Dowling with the basketball and a player control foul called on Charlie Stewart. He's just fouled out.
Hey,
Yeah, he'll foul out with
Referee's
just
trying to put the ball back in.
4 points tonight.
Interesting that Coach Thielking left Charlie in the ball game with 4 fouls with 4 minutes to go. I'm not questioning. It's just interesting.
Yeah, maybe see if he can play with 4 fouls. Sometimes you do that with kids.
Yeah.
Because you've got a deep bench. You've got other kids that have played well tonight. Here's Roosevelt with the ball. King for 3. It's no good. Sam missed it. Teammate got the rebound. It's George Williams. He goes back up against Pettis, and then they reverse it to Patton, and his layup is no good. He hit the underside of the backboard. Rebound Dowling. Let's get a break
Heavily
there.
contested.
Yeah.
Colin Clark in for the fouled out Charlie Stewart. And let's see what the Maroons are going to try to do here with 3:53.
Maroons trying to run their offense without getting a shot. Nice job so far. Usually we're seeing a few passes and some type of scoring by both teams, but nice job by the Maroons. They're taking their time. Here's Carson Brown. Dribbles in the lane, leaves it for Morrow. Drew dribble penetrates, leaves it for Brown. For 3 on the right side, it's no good. Rebound, Patton. His put back up short.
Pettis.
Or Pettis, rather, I'm sorry. His put back no good, but Carson Brown the rebound. His shot is good. The foul will be on Collins, and that'll be his 4th. The basket is good. Jalen Pettis reminds me of Emma Gipple, keeping the offensive glass going from the girls' game.
Or from the old days. How about Benny Bozen? Relentless on the boards.
And now Carson Brown with the basket. That is his 10th point, and you'll have a chance for an and 1 here.
Yeah, Pettis kept the ball alive with 2 offensive rebounds, missed both putbacks, and Carson got that last one.
And a chance to give Dowling its largest lead, and he does. Free throw good by Carson Brown. He's 3 out of 4 at the line.
Like Clay Thielking said during the last time out, we need to start guarding without fouling.
11 points for Carson Brown. The Maroons' largest lead is 13 points right now, And it's 3:10 remaining. Roosevelt in the lane. Shot up. Good. Strong move that time by George Williams.
Big time move. Reverse pivot and dribble. Scored in traffic.
Up next for Roosevelt, the girls and boys will travel to Marshalltown this coming Tuesday night. That'll be on Steve DeVinny Court.
Now the girls are going up there?
Yep.
But the boys were already there.
No, this is Roosevelt.
I'm sorry.
Roosevelt's schedule.
Yep.
They go to Marshalltown Tuesday night. Or rather, Marshalltown comes home. I'm sorry. Roosevelt hosts Marshalltown Tuesday night, and they're home against Lincoln a week from tonight on next Friday. Corner 3, good by Patton. Jamison.
Missed 3 by the Maroons.
17 points.
From the corner. Made 3 by Patton.
57-49 Dowling. Maroons now 8. 2:20 remaining.
Both teams are in the double bonus mark.
Yep. Timeouts. Dowling with 3. Roosevelt with 2. Here's Morrow with it. Drew.
No need
down
to force it.
Shot up. Forced the shot. No good. Pettis with the rebound and put back. And it's good.
Big time offensive rebound. Boy, he's been good here in the 4th quarter on those boards by Pettis.
30-second timeout called by Dowling. The Maroons lead back to 10, 59-49.
Yeah.
Take a look at our supporters. Want to thank them as they've been with us throughout the season. Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. And our thanks to the folks behind the scenes. Jeff Piggott, our studio producer. And thanks to Tom Wilson, Colleen Webb, and Michael Connor. Saw him walking around here tonight, the former Dowling boys basketball coach, in his first year retired.
Yeah. Assistant athletic director. I wonder what's going through his mind tonight. There's a lot about coaching that you don't miss.
That's right.
But I'll guarantee you he misses game night.
Game night, locker room,
Nothing
practice,
like it. Nothing
team
like
bonding. Thanks to all the folks here at Dowling, including Dr. Dan Ryan, Principal Mr. Maindring, Mr. Matt Maindring, Athletic Director Tom Wilson. Of course, I want to thank everybody involved tonight, including Morgan Schoenberg, the girls basketball coach at Roosevelt, Adam Daly, and Mr. GQ himself when he used to coach Charles Sanders, the AD at Roosevelt. Thanks for all their help tonight.
What's Charles's role at Roosevelt these days?
He's got a title. It's athletic director.
Oh, okay.
But he's got another title with it. I don't know.
He's an administrator there.
Yes.
Yeah. A great player back in the day at Hoover.
Yeah. See, he could jump. He could jump out of the gym. Williams to the line for Roosevelt. Everything's 2 shot. Fouls on Dowling. It's on Pettis. That's his 4th. Free throw good by George Williams.
If you're the Maroons, you just cannot foul because it stops the clock. It gives Roosevelt a chance to get back in the game.
Williams is 2 for 4 at the free throw line. Second free throw good.
Yeah.
George Williams and Jamison Patton, quarterback, tight end. How about that?
Whiz.
Almost in the back court. Dowling gets in the front court underneath. And shot is blocked by Jamison Patton, but he drew the foul. And guess who? Jalen Pettis to the free throw line.
Gee whiz.
So Patton picks up his third foul.
They don't agree with that one.
Well, Jameson's dad, Bubba, right next to us, and letting it be known, and they better get things calmed down. Free throw no good by Jalen Pettis. First free throw of the year for Jalen. Pettis, a senior, all-state lineman, first-team all-state. Out for basketball, hasn't played since the lower level. Second free throw no good. Rebound slapped around, retrieved by Roosevelt. So Jalen Pettis goes 0 for 2.
That's a tough one.
He's got 10 points. 59-51, Dowling by 8, minute 30 remaining. Fourth quarter, backdoor cut. Here's King with it underneath, and he draws the foul. That'll stop the clock.
Another foul by the Maroons. This time Colin Clark,
That'll be his fourth.
Yeah, Coach Steelking can't be super pleased with how we're trying to close this out. Still up by 8, but we've taken a couple ill-advised shots. We forced it at the offensive end. Now we're fouling them.
Yep, King at the line, free throw, no good. And you're right, they have missed out of the 4, 1-and-1 in double bonus. They've missed 4 front ends of free throws. Now we got a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves. Minute and a half remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling 59, Roosevelt 51 in this boys contest. Dowling girls winners tonight, 52-47 over fifth-ranked Roosevelt. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
The renowned English writer G.K. Chesterton observed that love means to love the unlovable, or it is no virtue at all. He had a point. To love one's newborn baby is effortless. It does not require a major decision to go outside oneself as a gift to another. But to love one who's unlovable requires a decision to act, to go outside of oneself, an act of the will, to think well or do good for that unlovable person or persons. And that's exactly how God loves us. When we feel or are most unlovable, His unconditional love pours down on us. It has no limits or conditions. Love means to love the unlovable, or it is not love at all. And that's today's thought of the day.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny, Mark Amadale, the timeout. Minute and a half remaining, Dowling by 8.
Now, wait a second. Referee blew it.
I saw that.
Was
blew
the second.
Whistle.
They called a timeout after the first free throw, and he missed the second free throw, and the referee said that he had one more to go. He didn't have one more to go. He had already shot one before the timeout.
He did. I'm looking here.
Gee whiz. So he missed the second one, and the rebound Dowling got the rebound, and they blew the play dead.
So as they sorted out, and our officials, led by Dwayne Duncan, Steve Russell, and James Lyon, are visiting with head coach Clay Thielking of Dowling.
Are they saying that Dwayne's saying that Duncan, the referee, is saying that Roosevelt got the rebound? I didn't see it that way. That could be a big call in the game.
Well, they're going to award the ball to Roosevelt out of bounds underneath the Roosevelt basket. So we play on. And here's a near steal by Pettis. He deflected away from Williams, and a whistle and a foul on Pettis, and he, I think, is just fouled out. Jalen with his fifth foul, and he'll foul out with 10 points. So the second Dowling player to foul out. Charlie Stewart fouled out earlier at the 4.5-minute mark. Jalen fouls out with the 1:22 remaining in the fourth. And free throws coming for George Williams. Yeah, it was Sam King that missed both free throws in that last.
Yeah, it's...
and free throw no good.
Extremely fortunate for the Maroons that I think that's the 5th or 6th missed free throw in a row there by Roosevelt.
It is.
Boy, oh boy, this could be a different story if they start making those free throws.
And the second free throw no good, and we got a lane violation on the shooter.
The shooter got into the paint before the ball hit the rim. Dowling will have it against full court pressure, up 8 with 1:20 to go.
And you're right, Steve. This is not
goodness.
over yet. Dowling having trouble getting the ball across, and they do. Here's Drew Morrow with it, and a timeout Dowling.
Almost over and back.
And Coach Thiel King saves the possession, and let's see, it'll be a full timeout. We'll take a break. 1:12 remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling 59, Roosevelt 51. We'll be back to the Dowling Gym after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and pre- and post-operative care. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Another timeout called by Dowling. Both teams in the double bonus. It's over the 10-foul double bonus limit. Dowling with the ball. Roosevelt double teaming everything. Dowling 59, Roosevelt 51. Approaching the 1 minute mark here of the fourth quarter. And now reaching foul on Patton. Jamison Patton with his fourth foul. He's got 17 points tonight to lead Roosevelt. That'll send to the free throw line for 2 free throws. That'll be Joey Coppola, who is 3 out of 5 tonight at the line for 3 points. Coppola eyes the bucket. First free throw rolls through. Tonight's game of the Iowa Catholic Radio Network brought to you in part by our good friends at Ashworth Vision Clinic and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Alongside Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us tonight. Second free throw no good by Coppola. Rebound, Roosevelt. Riders have it. 50 seconds remaining. Dowling by 9. Patton, step back 3. Top of the key, it's no good. And the rebound comes out to Matabrua. Fresh in the backcourt. And a foul on
Drew Morrow got teed up. That's a good call by the official.
Yep, Sam King commits the foul.
Drew Morrow threw the ball at him. That's a bad play by Drew.
So Morrow.
That's an immature play by the Maroons.
Will get his third foul. He'll also go to the free throw line.
He'll get to shoot free throws, but that you can't do that, Drew.
So they'll shoot the technical first.
The guy fouled him, King.
Yeah, so
they had a couple minor words exchanged, and Drew throws the ball at him. That's a bad play.
Can't do that. So
he'll get his free throws because he was fouled.
Roosevelt will shoot free throws, the technical first, and then Dowling will have the ball.
But I think when you get a technical foul, Roosevelt will get the ball back. So maybe Drew will shoot his first. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's right. So
yeah,
Roosevelt will have it at half court.
They're going to end up with the ball.
Not that we see this very often.
Yeah, he got fouled. He should be shooting free throws.
So the officials are putting time back on the clock. They're also getting these. So Morrow picks up. King picks up his fourth foul.
Yeah, exactly. Drew's had a good game. Hey, but that's he'll learn from that. That's a bad play.
Yeah, 17 points for Morrow. And what happened is that after the exchange that he was fouled, Morrow was fouled in the back court right underneath the Roosevelt basket. And the kids did a good job separating. Then Drew decided to, behind his back,
kind of toss the ball right at
Sam King.
Referee's got that right. Yeah. This is what I thought would happen. Drew's going to get his 2 free throws, double bonus, and then Roosevelt's going to get 2 because of the technical, plus they'll get the ball back. Bruins are up by 9 with 43.3 seconds to go.
43 seconds left in the contest, 60-51, Dowling with the lead. Our thanks to Skeffington's Formal Wear, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Mercy One. As a reminder, for Roosevelt, up next, you're home against Marshalltown, girl-boy doubleheader Tuesday. And then next Friday, you're home against Des Moines Lincoln. And you close out the pre-Christmas schedule home on December 17th against Des Moines East. For Dowling Catholic, Dowling boys are home tomorrow against Council Bluffs Lincoln. 1 o'clock tip-off.
Is that King's fifth foul?
And that'll be 1 o'clock here in the gym. It's a boys-only contest. Dowling girls and boys next week travel to Fort Dodge on Tuesday, and then they're home next Friday. That'll be our next broadcast here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Valley at Dowling next Friday night here at the Dowling Gym, and then they'll end the season with a girl-boy doubleheader at Southeast Polk on Friday, December 17th. Dowling girls pick up another game on the 20th as they host Sioux City East. Now free throws coming for Morrow, and Drew hits the first. You figured this out yet, Steve?
Yeah, he'll be replaced by Jackson Odie after this free
and
throw.
Drew's second free throw good, and now Odie comes in.
But if he was teed up, I don't understand why Roosevelt's not getting free throws now.
21 points.
I don't know.
For Morrow. And
I know they get the ball, but shouldn't they also get free throws?
Not sure how they work that. I don't know what. That's a good question.
We'll have to go to the rule book after the game, Mark.
Yeah, there you go. 62-51 Dowling. Roosevelt with the ball.
Don't foul.
Long three coming by Green. It's no
fouled.
Good, and 3 free throws coming. Mata Brua with the foul. His third.
29 seconds, up 11 points. It probably won't matter, but we've had some silly fouls late here tonight.
3 free throws coming for the Riders. Could be here tomorrow. Watch the boys contest.
I've got to help out with the 8th grade boys.
Oh, that's right. 21.
We're at the Chris Street Memorial Tournament down in Indianola.
Yeah. I took my son to that tournament many years ago.
Yeah.
Great tournament. Good job by the folks.
Sure is. Yeah.
Booster Club of Indianola runs it, and they do a good job. Second free throw good. He'll get one more. Donovan Green with 4 points tonight in the third quarter, and now he's got 2 more. He's 6. He's going for 7 right here.
Maroon's got to get the ball in bounds after this free throw because they'll be going for a steal, but if they don't get it, they'll foul immediately.
And the third free throw, no good. Rebound, Brua. 25 seconds remaining. Pressure in the backcourt. Capola with it. Gets to Carson Brown, and Carson is fouled. In the backcourt by Zaj Collins. That's his 5th, and he'll foul out with 3 points. With 21 seconds remaining.
It's been a little sloppy tonight on both ends, Mark, but the effort and the hustle,
you can't beat
defensive intensity was all good. Very good.
Can't beat that.
A lot of fouls by both sides.
Yeah, some things both teams will want back. Free throw good by Carson Brown. Every foul's a double. There are 2 free throws. Carson with 12 points. Second free throw is short. Rebound Roosevelt as Max Cassini comes away with it. Here's Patton with it. Pull-up jumper, three-pointer, no good. Rebound slapped around and into the hands of Dowling. Maroons will dribble out the clock. Colin Clark with it. Gets it to Carson Brown, and he's fouled by Ty Cooper, and that'll be his third. And that stops the clock with 7/10 of a second remaining.
Yeah, I don't think Roosevelt was trying to foul there, but nice win by the Maroons. Nice job.
And Carson Brown back to the free throw line, where he's 4 out of 6 tonight at the line. Make it 5 out of 7. Makes the first free throw. 13 points for Carson. And the second free throw no good, and that'll do it. Final score, 63-54. Dowling with the win. This is the Maroons' 8th straight win over Roosevelt in the series, dating back to 2007. Dowling's record improves to 1-1. Congratulations to head coach Clay Thielking. His first win as a Dowling head coach.
Yep, that's great.
And
many more to come for Clay.
Yep. Roosevelt falls to 0-2. Up next, back-to-back games for the Maroons as the Dowling boys will have a boys-only contest tomorrow afternoon. At 1 o'clock, they'll host Council Bluffs Lincoln, the number 1 ranked team in Class 4A. And up next for Roosevelt, they'll be at home. They will be at home against Marshalltown next Tuesday, at home against Lincoln next Friday in girl-boy doubleheaders. And the final, once again, Dowling 63, Roosevelt 54. In the boys' game, girls' game won by Dowling 52-47 over fifth-ranked Roosevelt. We'll take a break. Along with Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll total up the numbers and come back here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is the Young Catholic Minute. Why can't gay people get married? Because the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. We have to deal with the fact that all of creation is meant to lead us to God, so much so that He came down from heaven, became man, and gave up His life to bring us to Him in love. And while our culture gets it confused, we understand that our bodies are united with our souls, and so our love will always be expressed in and through our bodies. When we love in a sexual way, the characteristics of true love, a free, total, faithful, fruitful gift of self, are bodily realities that we must hold to. In a homosexual relationship, love can't be total or fruitful. The two can't become one flesh, nor be fruitful and multiply. Their very person, their body, prevents it. This doesn't mean that there aren't elements of true love in that relationship. There could be a deep, caring, self-sacrificing friendship, but if it becomes sexualized, their bodies have stopped telling the truth and have started living a lie. For more, youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Steve DeVinny. I'm Mark Amadale. Hey, you got your fan club here, Steve.
Yep.
Mr. Wilberding.
Yeah, good kid.
Super kid.
Yeah.
Mom and dad are saints over there at Holy Trinity. They do a great job, Gigi and Jim. And can't believe he's already in high school. Can't believe he's already in high school.
Cross-country kid. I think he's a junior.
Oh, you coached him across country? I didn't realize you did that, Steve.
I didn't coach him. I just know that he's a cross-country kid.
You're multi-talented gentleman, you know. As I'm trying to total up the numbers here, a lot of numbers to total up. But
Jack
we're going to get
trades, master of nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. Final score tonight, folks. It was the Dowling girls and boys picking up a doubleheader sweep at home here at the Dowling Gym. Girls game won by Dowling 52-47. Dowling girls improved to 5-0. They're ranked 11th in Class 5A. Roosevelt falls to 1-2 in girls play. They're ranked 5th in Class 5A. And in the boys contest, Dowling boys even their record at 1-1 as they defeated Roosevelt 63-54. Riders fall to 0-2 on the season. And checking on the scoring here, Dowling boys had 3 players in double figures. Roosevelt had 2 in double figures. And let's start with the Roosevelt boys. Jamison Patton leading the way with 17 points. He had 7 points at halftime, 10 in the second half for his 17. Sam King with 16 points. And Sam had 15 of his 16 points in the first half, Steve. He just had 1 point in the second half. He was 1 for 4 at the free throw line in that second half for his 16 points. And rounding out scoring for Roosevelt, Donovan Green off the bench with 6 points, 5 points for George Williams, 5 points for Jack Kostomski off the bench. And let's see, Ty Cooper, who started tonight, finished with no points for the Riders. And Max Cassini finished with 1 point, another starter. And off the bench for the Riders, we had Zaj Collins. He fouled out, and he finished with 3 points. Roosevelt, 11 for 21 at the free throw line tonight, so not the best at the free throw line. Still totaling Dowling's free throws. I'll let you talk here in a moment.
Yeah,
here,
that
Steve.
was a good. That was a big difference in the game for the Maroons. The fact that, as you pointed out during the game, in the second half, the Roosevelt Rough Riders missed the front end of all 3 1-and-1s, and they missed both of their first 2-shot opportunity on the 10th team foul for the Maroons. Had they made a few of those, this could have turned out differently.
You're exactly right, because Roosevelt went to the line, and we were kind of adding this up a little bit, Steve, when they went to the free throw line. They had missed their last 4 front ends of 1-and-1s, and 3 of those 4 were 1-and-1s. The first one was actually on team foul number 6, so they were 0 for 4 there for a while. And especially when you're in that 1-and-1 territory, you got to knock down the first to get the second, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, no, it's as we talked about, as you're adding up numbers and whatnot, both teams played very hard, but second game of the season, there's a lot to clean up for for both teams.
Yeah, and just taking up the numbers here. All right, so Roosevelt 11 for 21 at the free throw line unofficially, 52% at the line tonight. Dowling, 18 for 27 at the free throw line. And 66%. See, the Roosevelt fans give me some love. Coach Mr. Kostomski.
Well, they all love Mark Amadale.
Not all of them do. Not all. Most of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good folks. So Dowling, 18 to 27 at the line, 66%. And the Maroons are led by Drew Marr, 21 points tonight. Drew was 4 for 4 at the free throw line, 5 3-pointers. Gosh, he shot like his mom. Just like his mom. Perfect. 21 points for Drew. Congratulations. And finishing up 13 points, Carson Brown. Carson went 5 of 7 at the free throw line. 10 points for Jalen Pettis, as he was 0 for 2 at the line. Jalen fouled out with 1:22 remaining. Rounding out scoring for Dowling, 5 points for Mata Brua. Charlie Stewart fouled out with 4.5 minutes left in the contest with 4 points tonight. He had a season-high 19 points, or career-high 19 points at Marshalltown on Tuesday. 4 points for Joey Coppola. And let's see, Davis Schreck got in, did not score. Jake Odie, 5 points. Or check that, Jake Odie, 2 points. As
knocked in a couple free throws, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 points. So and that rounds out scoring. So is your total count there, Steve? 8 players, 7 scored for Dowling. I know they played more than that.
Maroons played 10 kids and
come away with the win. And the girls' game won by Dowling, 52-47. And Steve, I think that'll wrap it up. I'm not sure if Coach is going to come out or not. Clay Thilking winning his first game as the head coach of Dowling Catholic. He coached 10 years out in Columbine, Colorado. I think he was at another school out there, but assistant. It's kind of where he broke in after graduating Urbandale and Grandview University, your alma mater. Played there and then headed out to Colorado, coached there. Came back last year, was the assistant coach to at Urbandale while teaching there, and then hired this past spring as Dowling's head coach. So welcome, Clay, and it's his first win. Do they give him the game ball? How do they work all that out?
It's probably back in the rack with all the rest of the balls.
There's oh, you got back in the rack. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take our final break, come back. Hey, we want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll read their throughout the night. Skeffington's Formal Wear, along with Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, Dental Associates, and Catholic Tuition Organization. We want to thank our fine sponsors, along with the folks from both schools, Tom Wilson, the athletic director at Dowling, and, of course, Charles Anders, the athletic AD at Des Moines Roosevelt. Appreciate all he did and his fine staff. Crystal Jones, part of the athletic staff there in the Roosevelt athletic office. Take a break for the final time. Along with Steve DeVinny, I'm Mark Amadale. Dowling, the winner tonight in the girl-boy doubleheader. Dowling boys a 63-54 win. They're now 1-1 on the season. Roosevelt falls to 0-2. And Dowling girls, a 52-47 winner over Roosevelt. Dowling girls now 5-0, ranked 11th in Class 5A. Roosevelt girls fall to 1-2, and they're 5th ranked in Class 5A. Take our final break. Be back for final comments here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Weekdays at 5 p.m., it's Catholic Answers, a live call-in program to offer Catholics and non-Catholics a chance to talk with world-class apologists and theologians. Catholic Answers, live on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Final comments from the coach, Steve DeVinny, sitting alongside me tonight. Steve, thank you for once again. We got you to the later hour. I mean, you were doing all the girls' games earlier. Tonight, you get a doubleheader sweep by the Maroons. Dowling girls and boys winning both games. And catch up our listeners. Dowling boys a 63-54 win over Roosevelt. Dowling girls a 52-47 win over Roosevelt. But, yeah, you had in the girls' game all these years. Said, hey, Swaymer's retired. Mike Swaim retired, the coach. So let's move you up to the guys you see. And you've coached a lot of these kids. I shouldn't say kids. They're young men right now, juniors and seniors in high school. And moved Cataldo over to the freshman girls, or the girls' game.
Yep.
From watching his sophomore son play sophomore boys basketball. So I knew he'd be here.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
At least most of the time. And appreciate it, Coach. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's good to be back in the gym. And we're it appears that COVID might not be completely gone, but it's a lot more under control. And you saw a lot of students here tonight. You saw a bunch of parents. At the stands were probably 3/4 full. It's a heck of a turnout for opening home game for the season.
Certainly was.
And
credit to both schools, Dowling and Roosevelt.
Yep. Good
Bring
support.
your fans. They should be doing that.
Good support and two really good wins by the Maroons. As you said, Roosevelt girls are ranked 5th in the state, and Roosevelt boys have 3 kids back that have started all 4 years.
Yeah.
It's a good win by the Maroon boys.
Certainly was. Now, we did get a clarification as it's good to get the score, the official scores here tonight. Kevin Oddie for Dowling. And I'll tell you what, we found out that when Drew Morrow got called for the technical foul, it was a double technical because Sam King picked up his 5th foul by getting another getting a technical. We didn't know about that.
Yep.
They offset so you don't shoot them. And then what's prevalent was Dowling was in the bonus, and then Drew shot both free throws, made him, and then Coach Phil King substituted him out for having the technical foul.
Yeah, it's
so
it's a learning experience for Drew. That was everybody plays with emotions, and
what we fail to realize as announcers, as coaches, as fans, it's a very emotional game, but you got to have it tempered.
Yeah, you sure do.
You can't have stuff that happened this week down at Carlisle, down at East Union Afton. That's just miserable. You don't want to see that, but it can get that way, and we need everybody. We need the players, the fans, the coaches, the referees to kind of simmer it down, because you got kids that want to play. They want to compete. They're competitive. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you can't cross that line. No. There is that line out there, and we saw the extreme happen this week, unfortunately, putting a black eye on the state of basketball here in the state of Iowa just by that one thing. So now, should they go through the handshake line? Absolutely. Once this COVID thing's all figured out, when they can. They're not doing it now because Roosevelt is under mask. So when you go to Roosevelt or Des Moines Public School, you got to wear masks. Here at Dowling, you don't. But they recognize that. They do not have a handshake line when those two types of schools meet.
Yeah.
So we have that going on. But, hey, next year, Devaney, before we get off the air, we'll be talking about a shot clock in high school girls and boys basketball. It'll be starting a year from now.
Are they going to go girls too? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What they're debating now is how long? 30-second, 35-second, 40-second. There's a lot of proposals, but they don't have to make a decision until next fall, so they're debating on that. Also, they've talked about, and you see this during the college game, okay, the ball gets kicked or some kind of violation. Well, where do you reset the shot clock?
Yep.
Do you reset it to 20, to 30? So they got to work out that. And, yes, each school's going to have a shot clock operator. You're going to have one more person at the table here at the scorer's bench.
Yep.
And
that's one of the things that they talked about for the last 10 years. One of the reasons they didn't implement the shot clock before now was the fact that it was a budgetary issue for the schools. We're going to have to pay another volunteer or another worker at the bench, and I think it's long overdue. I think the coaches have wanted it for a long time, and the state association and the girls' union decided to go along with it. So it'll be a good change.
Well, it's adopted nationally. It wasn't. It was 12 states doing it.
Okay.
Experimental with maybe permission, and Iowa wasn't one of them. Now it'll be nationally beginning the 2022-2023 season.
Okay.
All right, Steve. Well, thank you. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Good to be back with you, Mark.
It'll be our next broadcast for Dowling basketball. The Dowling boys, again, play tomorrow. They take on number 1 Council Bluffs Lincoln, 1 o'clock here in the Dowling Gym. There'll be no radio. And then they travel for a girl-boy doubleheader. Dowling teams go to Fort Dodge on Tuesday, December 7th. And then we'll be back on the air with their next game Friday, December 10th, 1 week from tonight. Dowling hosting Valley here at the Dowling Gym. Hope you can join us. For Roosevelt, they take on Marshalltown at home next Tuesday, and then they have Lincoln at home next Friday. They close out their first part of the season before Christmas against Des Moines East on December 17th. So that'll wrap things up. Thanks to everybody involved here. Thank you, Steve, and to my other comrade, Mr. Jimmy Cataldo. Steve, have a great week.
See you next week, Mark. Thank you.
All right. That'll wrap it up for our studio producer, Jeff Piggott. This is Mark Hamadale from the Dowling Gym, reminding you the final scores for the final time tonight. Dowling girls a winner over Roosevelt, 52-47. Dowling girls now 5-0 on the season, and Roosevelt falls to 1-2. The Dowling boys pick up their first win of the year and the first win for head coach Clay Fielking as the Maroons defeat Roosevelt 63-54. Dowling now 1-1 in the season. Roosevelt boys fall to 0-2. For everybody involved, this is Mark Hamadale thanking you for listening. Our next broadcast will be next Friday night, Dowling and Valley, right here at the Dowling Gym on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. That'll be Friday, December 10th. Hope you can join us. Until then, have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening from all of us here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.